If Love and Gogi is wrong, I don't want to be right.
What would Socrates say to that?
It tickles my fancy.
Okay.
Okay.
Goosies.
I don't have hair.
Oof.
You got Marcos.
That's not.
Wait.
Yeah,
That's true. You do got me. Get over here, Marcus. Let me look at you.
They don't want it.
Tobin and Leroy, ready to deploy. Had to hit it with a little journalism, but that was a decoy. Better have about me, boy. Okay, Leroy and Tobin, hold to the show, man. Still on the stars with the show, and till then his half moon open. Sometimes go taste like a snowman. No proof, I'm a lie about a motor. No proof, like I always wanted him. I never hated him. I never traded him. And if I did, I never ever traded him. You know what is a star? Like another city, the driver's side flag. Wish I could large, so many more. 10 in the more, never a bar. 8, 10 in the more, 2 to the P. Nothing to you, but it's something to me. Handsome as ever, and cute as can be. You can watch it on YouTube and view it for free. Ay. This one time for the Twitch. This one time for the text. This one time for the phone line. Whole time, wonder what they gonna do next.
You know, I just wish you guys would stop the quibbling.
Oh, what's going on, everybody? Happy Friday. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Come on here, cowards. Come into my warm bosom. Come here. Let me hug you. Let me rock you. A lot of guts being lost in Heat Nation today. Come here. You're all in fear that Mike Greenberg's going to laugh in your face in 6 days. Calm down. It was a bad performance yesterday. A stinker, no doubt. Got a haymaker from the Boston Celtics right out of the jump. None of your starters played well. Bam Adebayo forgot how to hold a basketball. Kyle Lowry thinks he plays for the Celtics. And Jimmy Butler has been playing like it's a February regular season game. Now, that being said, you're up 3-2. You have 2 more cracks to close this series out. There is no must-win Game 6. That doesn't exist. Charles Barkley will tell you that it doesn't. All you have to do is play better basketball. There's no extra pressure on the Heat. There's no mounting pressure on the Heat. The Boston Celtics have just played a lot better than the Heat the last 6 quarters of this series. That's the series. It's not anybody choking. It's not any mystical destiny. They wanted to trade their entire team 72 hours ago. Don't be Boston. Don't be those fans. Don't be those guys who are like, oh, this guy's got to go. This guy's got to go. This guy's going to go. You were all smooching everybody's ass 3 days ago. So, that being said, I'm not going to just let it skate by on what we saw yesterday. It was horse bleep. Terrible performance in the TD Garden. Really, really bad. Jimmy buckets. I don't know, dude. This is not the killer instinct that we have seen this entire postseason. They've decided to collapse on Bam, have every guard strip at his hands, and he's decided to let go of the basketball a lot and give them points a lot. That's really the story of it. I mean, like, yes, they were lighting up from 3. That's to me, that's not that crazy. Boston's a good 3-point shooting team. The turnover thing to me, that's what's been inexcusable about Miami over the last 2 games. That to me is the biggest Achilles heel, because that is typically Miami's formula of success against Boston. Boston has the 2 stars that give the ball to the other team left and right. You take it from them. You go get easy buckets. You get in transition. That's been the formula for success in every game Miami's won in the postseason against them for the last two seasons. So to see them flip the script on Miami with that to me was the most concerning thing out of everything. You got to protect the basketball, especially when you're on the road. You get that team going, and you were basically sunk from the time it was 20-5. It was like, you were already in an uphill climb. So yeah, you're gonna hear that everybody's gonna be like, they're gonna make the bold prediction that the Celtics are gonna come all the way back. Need I remind you, they were in a worse position last year. The Heat, they were down 3-2 going on the road, and you needed an epic Jimmy Butler performance to keep your season alive. Much worse than what you're facing, which is season at home with a chance to go to the NBA Finals. So they have a lot of stuff they have to clean up, though. There are some concerns. One of them seems like it's going to be okay, and that was Gabe Vincent. Gabe was out yesterday with the ankle injury, and very noticeable because Kyle Lowry was one of the worst players on the court. He was terrible yesterday. And I don't know, like, here's the thing. With Kyle, everything now I divert to is just, is he hurt? Because he looks exactly like he did when it was not the Knicks series. The Knicks series, he had Tom Thibodeau crying and weeping into a blankie. He's like, oh, Kyle Lowry won't stop stripping my 7-footers.
Why the shots, man?
Well, I'm just saying that's how it was.
Why do you unnecessary?
It wasn't
We're
unnecessary.
done.
I'm
Our
doing a context thing, Vlad.
Tobin, our series is done.
I'm
okay?
doing a context thing. I'm just saying Kyle Lowry goes from one of the most important players in a playoff series to now he looks terrible. And so I'm only to do, like, is he hurt? Like, because he's been dealing with injuries all season and he's old. And let me tell you something about the old. The old don't like just one day's rest.
Oh, no, they need many days rest.
The old don't like one day's rest. Kevin Love, Spo seems completely rats off a ship on him. Like, he's doing a respect thing where he's like, he lets him
Just
start. But I mean, I don't know what that was. For first quarter, once he sat Kevin Love down, Kevin Love was done up until, like, the fourth quarter where they're like, let Kevin Love go out there. Get some run, Kevin. Play for Bam. Which actually that fourth quarter team showed a little guts.
Duncan.
Little guts. Get Duncan Robinson some help. Get him some help. Duncan Robinson's playing like a maniac. You guys are just going to waste this? They can't do anything with him. He could shoot.
He could pass now?
He had 9 assists yesterday. 9. Duncan Robinson. You guys don't show up for him? For shame. For shame. So it was, it was disappointing. I hate that team. I hate losing to Boston. I hate this Jaylen Brown taking my own slogan, don't lose, and flipping it on me. That I don't like at all, because he had his stupid don't let us get 1. And they said, well, they let us get 2. Don't lose. I'm like, damn it. That's my thing. I started that series with you. You don't get to steal that Jaylen Brown.
Are you getting a little worried there, Tobin?
I'm not worried. I'm just annoyed. I'm annoyed because I'm annoyed because I know what's coming today, what it's going to be. Everybody's laughing. Oh, we told you the Celtics. Everybody's so excited because the Celtics are going to make a run. They're going to make history. And yes, look, the only thing that really makes me nervous is staring down at the barrel of humiliation and history. That's it. Like, this season has been great so far, but I would have rather them just be, I would rather you blow a 3-1 lead than a 3-0 lead. You can't be the first team.
Guys, calm down.
You can't be the first team.
Tobin, calm down. It's 3-2. It's not 3-3. If it's 3-3 going into game 7, then I can understand. It's 3-2 going into Miami. Relax.
I'm with you. That's the thing is, like, they're in a golden position. They got 2 more cracks to close this thing out. It's never been done before. I got to think they can rally. We've seen this Heat team be able to adjust in series. I feel like Spo can get Bam in better spots. We saw a little bit of it in the third quarter, already starting to figure some stuff out, but the game was over. That was crazy. They shot 76%, and they lost the quarter? That was nuts. Nuts.
Yeah, I know that feeling.
Woof.
I know that feeling.
Woof.
Game 4, Miami.
Yeah.
Shoot 68%, still lose the quarter. No, that happens.
But Jimmy's like, this is the thing. This isn't rocket science. Like, you look at the Boston Celtics, and this has kind of been a stars-driven series. And when their stars have played well, whoever stars have played better, that's the team that won. The only real outlier for that is probably game 3, but it's not like Miami Stars didn't play well. It's just their role guys played amazing.
Yeah, but Jimmy had his imprint in that.
Yeah, Jimmy had his imprint in the game. And this is one of those where it's like Jimmy was non-existent yesterday, and Bam was very noticeable in how awful he was yesterday. And Kyle, they didn't have a starter who played well. Max Strus, I probably shouldn't have said it felt like a Strus night. I don't know what's going on with Max Strus. They've completely neutralized him the last couple of games.
Let's break it down, Tobin. You know the Heat have not won since the 3% shirts came out.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I've heard some of that, especially from Robbie the Degenerate and SDI. They're yelling at Leroy for the 3% shirts. But the thing with the 3% shirts is the mockery is still there. Like, you said they had a 3% shot, and they're up 3-0. I don't regret them. And they weren't my idea. They were Leroy's. Mush. I will hold on that over his head forever, though. Thank you, Vlad. Noted. So I can get off this Bobrovsky stuff.
I'm just saying, he did bring the 3% shirts. 2 in a row lost.
This has been today's an odd feeling because it's the first time the Heat fans really had to feel alive all playoffs. Had a little bit of it in Game 6 when the Knicks came back here, but it's the Knicks.
Unnecessary shots.
I'm not taking unnecessary shots. It's the truth,
shots.
And I'm just saying that now it's like, people are sweating it a little bit. I'm not. I'm okay. I have confidence in this team. I've seen them in worse situations. And you know one thing that gives me an eerie confidence about them? Usually when the things look worst and everybody's starting to count them out, that's always when they bounce back and do something amazing. That's what their MO has been all season long. I'm talking back in the regular season. When you think it's over and people, I remember the faces I saw at that Bulls game. And everybody was like, oh. It was like a funeral. You walked in there. And I was like, told everybody, I said, when you think that they are packing it up and they look done, that is when they will surprise you with a big bounce back. And then, to Boston's credit, that's kind of what their MMO has been too. When they have looked awful and everybody's ready to write them off, and boy, were they ready to write them off. You know, want to know who's a fraud?
Who?
This Isaiah Thomas, little guy.
Oh, little Isaiah.
This guy's liking every tweet about there's a karma, there's a curse, there's a this, there's a that because of how they treated him. Then yesterday, he's like, don't lose Game 6 because Game 7, you got no shot. Hey, Isaiah, you like the Celtics or you don't, dude? Pick a side. I saw that dopey Paul Pierce there, too. He picked Celtics in 6 or Celtics in 5. He was wrong. They continue to show him, though. Idiot.
You're annoyed.
I hate that team. I hate that team. I hate that fan base. Of course I'm annoyed. Of course I'm annoyed. I was annoyed with yesterday's performance. I'm not going to act like I'm not pissed off about it, but I'm also not like, oh my God, it's all over. Get out of here. 2 more shots to go to the NBA Finals when you jokers all thought they weren't even going to be here. I got faith. I'm not going to start, cowering in fear. They got some adjustments they got to make. I don't know. The thing with Kevin Love is like, look, I don't understand if you're not going to play him meaningful minutes at all. What's the point of his feelings, And I'm not saying yesterday was on Kevin Love because I don't put the responsibility on Kevin Love. But from a Spoelstra standpoint, I don't know what you're doing there, right? Like, at that point, why not just have him be your backup big and start Caleb Martin? Caleb Martin's arguably been the Heat's second best player in this series. At times, has looked like their best player. Been their most consistent player for sure. And that guy deserves to start right now. I don't understand what we're doing there. It seems a little weird that they're just putting Kevin Love out there for Kevin Love's sake because you did it with Kyle. It's not like what is Kevin Love going to do? Quit? No. He's going to go. He's going to do his he'll find some spot for him where you can put him in there, But I don't understand this whole idea of starting him for just looks. That's really what they're doing because as soon as he's subbed out, Spo doesn't even think about putting him back in. It's not even like, should I put Kevin Love? Oh no, Kevin Love's still a turnstile. Let's put him back out. Let's not put him back out there. So I'm sure that will be one of the adjustments going into Game 6. I think there will be a switch in the starting lineup. Well, I guess there'll be a couple technically because Gabe will be back out there, hopefully. But those 2 vets who are, I think, so big against New York. I'm not taking a shot for that. I'm just saying what it was. They've been non-factors in the Celtics series. Non-factors.
Do you think every round of these playoffs it's just matchup? It's just the matchups. Like against Milwaukee, they were effective. Against the Knicks, they were effective. But against Boston, they're not. That's why they're not being utilized more.
You mean the old guys?
The old guys. Like Kevin Love was.
I think this is a bad matchup for him.
Yeah.
I think this is a bad matchup for him because they like to play small anyway. And then even if they were to go big with Rob Williams, like they had some success against it. That's why they probably want to get away against it because they figure they could probably, get around Kevin Love. It's just one of these things where I think that Spo has to look at that and be like, look, I need to play Caleb Martin as much as possible. Have to. You have to. Play him as much as possible. He's been excellent. He is, and really has shown no fear at all. Because they've gone from basically not defending him at all in this series to now he's just cooking everybody. I just feel like that guy's got to start. And ultimately, that is probably the move that he'll go with. But doesn't really matter if Bam and Jimmy play like this. If Bam and Jimmy play like this, you will be on the wrong side of history. They have to play better.
But you worried about getting killed on the boards. And
Yeah,
maybe the
no,
reason why
that's definitely been the case. They've
that's
been
the reason why I love his starting pick, maybe.
yeah, but it's not. But it's
But
not mattering, is
not
it?
mattering.
It's
down
not
the
mattering
stretch.
though, is it? Right?
No.
Like that was the thing that they made that adjustment in the Milwaukee series where Caleb was starting out of the playoffs out of the gate and they got crushed on the boards, and so they brought Kevin Love in to start. Okay, you understand it, but that was a little bit different because you got a Brook Lopez. He's an ostrich. He's going to stand in his corner and do his thing. And then you didn't have Giannis until game 4. So you were kind of already in the midst of it. Like, this is one of those things where I think that the first and third quarter have been huge in all of these games. And, I do think that you want to get off to the right start on these things, but ultimately it does come back to Jimmy and Bam. That's the biggest thing. I didn't realize how long I've been talking about this series straight. Let's take a quick break. If you guys want to get into some calls, 305-567-0560. If you're a coward, if you have guts, I'll hear it all out. 305-567-0560. Streaming live on YouTube and Twitch. Back with more for this. with him, but around him. So we will talk to Leroy next Tuesday. We are out Memorial Day. I will mention, win or loss, we're out Memorial Day. Just so we know, I'm not coming in sans pants if we win, and I'm not hiding if we lose. I will be here Tuesday. I'm enjoying a 3-day weekend. You know you will be able to get reaction from me from the game immediately afterwards anyway. So I will be boots on the ground tomorrow. Very excited about it. Love being boots on the ground. Especially to see a trophy, dude, going on in the finals. That's all I'm thinking about right now. Anyway, we'll hear from the some of the Heat players and Erik Spoelstra after yesterday's loss. But before we get to those headlines, brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Super Center. Why buy your truck at a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Thank you, Vlad. Let's hit a couple calls here. Adam, what's going on, man?
Hey, Tobin, how are you guys doing?
I'm good, buddy. How are you?
I'm well. I don't agree with you with that Kevin Love point. I don't think the match was best for him this series. Putting Caleb in the starting lineup might be a fix. I don't know. But we saw what Kyle Lowry did in the starting lineup yesterday. I just don't want to tinker with that bench rotation. But I was going to suggest, and I want to get your thoughts, what do you think of Haywood Highsmith, his minutes? And
I thought he was awesome.
We were,
I got to be honest.
Him in the starting lineup.
I know that they were up 3-0 but Haywood Highsmith oddly has had some of his best games against the Celtics, and particularly on Jason Tatum. He did a great job on Jason Tatum. Now, Jaylen Brown did feed him some buckets yesterday, but they were tough buckets. Like, Jaylen Brown just had it going yesterday. I love this matchup with Haywood Highsmith. I really do. Now, I mean, you did get a very hot shooting Haywood Highsmith game yesterday. I don't know if you can count on that again, but I love what Haywood Highsmith brings to the table. I just think that he brings a physicality on the wing. Jason Tatum's a very, very big guy. And so I just think it adds something there for sure, especially with not having Gabe, So I just think that with this series and Kevin Love and having so many guys athletic on the wing, I would definitely find a place for some Haywood Highsmith minutes to see what he can do. But I wouldn't expect, like, he's a defensive guy. I wouldn't expect that you're going to get, that kind of offensive production from him like you did yesterday, because he was good at every which way. Michael, what's going on, dude?
Yes. I think it's pretty obvious that the starting lineup has to change. If you look at Game 4, the start of the third quarter was when we got our butts whooped.
Yep.
And Game 5, the start of the first quarter is when we got our butts whooped. But other than that, we've been playing them even and actually have a better score for the other quarters when we've made the switch in the rotation. It's just we need Gabe back and we need to put Martin in. And I think maybe start Duncan over Strus. That could be possible too. And if we do that, play heavy minutes, our best rotation, I think Game 6 will be either close or we'll win, All
right. Thank you. I don't disagree that I think that the Strus thing, Strus is it can be streaky. So it's like, I don't want to be rats off a ship on him. I don't think you go like 3 guys in the starting lineup have to change. First of all, if Gabe's back, that's going to naturally put Kyle back. So that's one piece that you don't have to worry about. And Gabe's been so good in this series. Hopefully that this ankle injury doesn't hinder him too much, but you never know. But I think the other natural switch, I would just put the guy I think that you should just start from jump is Caleb. I don't know about moving Duncan in the starting lineup and benching Strus. I think you keep that the way that it is. I don't think Strus is like a complete negative. Plus, I don't want Duncan in foul trouble like right away. Like that is the one negative you had. Duncan was kind of starting a run for them. And then because he had that specialty that he has of 2 fouls in 2 seconds, that, once he got his third foul, you had to sit him down. So that was a bit of a bummer. But he is playing awesome. I mean, you have this weirdly, this is the most confident I've ever seen Duncan Robinson. Like it's a weird thing. Like
last year and a half, right?
Not even just since he's been getting a little bit more run in this playoffs, it's the most confident I've seen him because he's like, they don't know what to do with him. Like he's cutting to the rim. He's dishing.
When did he have handles?
I mean, I was making fun of him earlier in the year, to be honest with you, because he was like working. I like watch him in these warms. I'm like, oh, you can use that floater. I'm sure I'm going to see that a lot. And dude, he's worked his ass off. You could definitely clear. And I tell you what, this probably is, Vlad. when they have these practices, the guys who don't play for the Heat, they basically play pickup at the end of practice after everybody's done. And I just think that he probably gets some work at that stuff. He gets some confidence in it because he's getting some confidence in it. And I think that's probably what it is. But
he gets, what's funny to me right now when I look at Duncan, when he drives to the hoop and he gets fouled, like he's supposed to get an and when he's looking at the referee.
He gets no respect.
And the referee's like, I think the referee's shocked. Like, did you just drive the ball aggressively and score?
There's never been a more disrespected man by the officials than Duncan Robinson. It's ridiculous. Like there needs to be one day there should be a study about how the officials have treated Duncan Robinson, mistreated him with ticky-tack calls and non-calls. It's ridiculous. This man needs to make the officials answer for their crimes. And I'm not complaining about officiating from yesterday. I'm just saying overall in his career. Wish we could blame it on officiating. Wish I could blame somebody other than the Stars stinking up the joint. Oof. Chapo, what's going on, Chapo?
Tobin, how we feeling?
Feel okay, man.
What's up with all the long faces around here, man? This is crazy. Can I do some quick basic math for these gutless cowards, please?
Do it.
All right. So let's just say theoretically, game 1 in Boston, we're the underdog. We win game 1. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay. And let's say Boston comes back, defends their home court in game 2, and they win. That's okay. We split home court, stole home court. Is that good?
Yeah, it's been the formula.
Okay, then let's just say theoretically we came and protected home court 1-2 in a row. We're up 3-1. Is that good?
Yes.
Okay, and then let's say Boston's back against the wall. They win game 5. Is that good? We're up 3-2 going into game 6.
I would take that.
Okay, what's the series record right now? That 3-2 Heat?
Let me check, Chapo. Let me just check. Fact checker. All right, hold on one second.
All right.
Let me look. Box score. Heat are up 3-2.
Oh, is that good?
That is good.
Oh, okay, Tobin. I hope you have a great day.
All right, see you, Chapo. Chapo! Wow, that did make me feel better. Although it's not, still like there is the looming death of doing something nobody's done in history.
They have to listen. You know what? Let me ask you this. Do you remember the 1996 finals? Do you remember? I mean, I know, there's the rumor that Jimmy is Michael's illegitimate child, but do you remember the 96 finals?
Refresh me.
Bulls were up 3-0 on Seattle.
Yep.
Seattle won the next 2.
Then how to close it out.
Bulls closed it out game 6.
Yep.
At home.
Mm-hmm.
It happens.
It happens, dude. It doesn't happen. It doesn't happen a lot. Like you could look at the numbers. I get why everybody's nervous because the national media is going to fuel this. They didn't want the Heat here. They are dying for a story like this for Boston to come all the way back. And also it doesn't happen very much. Like, look, they put out the breakdown of it yesterday. Series is with 3-0 leads. They put it up on TNT. Ends in a sweep. Majority of the time. 92 times. If you get a 3-0 lead, you close it out with a sweep. Then the next, you end it in 5. Gentlemanly style. 44, which I am but when I don't have a soiree today. Then ending in 6, that's happened 11 times. And then ending in 3, it's happened 3 times. So it's never gone the way of the team that has been down 3-0, that has been down 0-3. But typically it is ended in sweep or gentleman's sweep. But it has happened. And the Heat are still in a much better spot than they were in the last Eastern Conference Finals. That's the facts, dude. Nick, what's going on, dude?
No, it's Mike. What's up, guys?
Oh, what's up, Mike? How are you, buddy?
I just want to run. Well, I'm good, man. I'm going to think about the nerves, later on, man. But if you've been a lifelong Heat fan, you just know that the national media has never been on our side. So don't fall out for the Chowderhead Nation, as I like to call all those B's up there. I don't call them the C's. I call them B's for something else. And let them be, man. They think they're running something just like the Knicks thought, just like the other Pats things. Man, we'll be all right. I'd rather be at home with our way and having one coming back on a Saturday night because we all know that Miami on a Saturday night is way more fuego than anything in Boston could ever think. So all those chowderheads that are out there, you little Richie bitch from Bosshead, all y'all Knicks fans, you can suck one because we got it.
Wow. I mean, he went a little bit hard there.
I have to dump now. Why are we taking shots?
I don't know. I didn't
This
listen.
is unnecessary.
Hey, you screened the call, not me. I didn't know that he was going to bring that.
But I'm saying this is Knicks fan.
It was unnecessary. I understand.
These are unnecessary shots at Knicks fans. Richie didn't say nothing.
Richie
I'm
didn't say
supporting you.
anything. Where is Richie? Is he okay?
Richie is okay. I talked to him the other day.
All right.
He's been trying to get on. He just hasn't.
I haven't seen him try and get on.
No,
I know
he's
what
trying
his
to get
number
on.
looks like. I haven't seen him try and get on.
I know his number too, but he said he's trying to get on, and nobody's allowed him in.
Look, it's okay. I don't need to rub it in Richie's face. Richie's a good Knicks fan. He tipped his cap. Last time we had him on, I flushed him so much that he cursed on the air. Still love him. So I'm not worried about it. Oh, there he is right now. Hey, Richie. Hey, Richie.
Hello, and how you doing, Tobin?
I'm good, man. How are you?
First of all, that clown that just came on, Tobin, I don't know why he's mentioning the Knicks.
I don't either.
You guys kicked. Wait a minute. Let me finish, Tobin. You guys kicked our butts. I admitted that, and you asked Vlad. The day after you kicked our butts, I called in, and I told the Heat Nation, congratulations.
He did.
You guys kicked our butts. But don't be bringing me into this. Now,
You didn't congratulate me, though, Richie. You didn't personally congratulate me.
I congratulate you, Tobin. I congratulate Leroy, J-Fig, all you stinking Heat fans at the radio station. I congratulate you.
What are you doing right now? Are you looking at Karl Anthony Towns trades? Like, what are you spending your time doing?
Don't be bringing that up. Let me finish what I called about.
What did you call about?
Now, you know what I smell, Tobin? Like, remember Jim Bandage? And he used to say, I smell the feces in the air. And that's what I smell. You guys are doodling on yourselves. You had these guys out of it. 3-0, and you left them back in it. So guess what? You're going to lose tomorrow, and you're going to lose Game 7, and the Heat fans go home. It's that simple, Tobin.
It's not simple. It's never happened, Richie.
You let them live.
It's not simple. It's never happened. It's never happened before, Richie. It's good to finally see you. I called in,
He did.
I tried to get through.
He did. He called.
Look how easily he got through all of a sudden.
He called.
Interesting. We'll take a quick break. If you're on hold, I will get to your calls. I want to hear from Erik Spoelstra, hear from Jimmy. Jimmy very confident after yesterday's loss. Needing to play better. Back after this. everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Take you up until 2 o'clock. Hey, Floyd Mayweather Jr. has an exhibition match against John Gotti III on Sunday, June 11th at FLA Live Arena, home of your Eastern Conference champion, Florida Panthers. We're giving away tickets and a chance for you to see. I got 2 pairs of tickets. I forgot to give away a pair yesterday, so I got 2 pairs of tickets to give away to this Floyd Mayweather exhibition match against John Gotti III. So stay tuned for that. Meanwhile, let's hear a little bit from the parties to be from yesterday's game. First, let's hear from Erik Spoelstra after losing 2 straight. Worried a little bit about momentum, the chance to close things out. This is what Spo had to say after the loss in Game 5. Erik Spoelstra, genius.
Group. So I think so much of that is overrated. It's a competitive series. You always expect things to be challenging in the conference finals, one game doesn't lead to the next game. Based on all the experience that we've had, it doesn't matter in the playoffs. It doesn't matter if you lose by whatever. We beat them by whatever in Game 3. It just doesn't matter. It's about collectively preparing and putting together a great game. We'll play much better on Saturday, and that's all we just have to focus on right now.
It's really one of these things where, look, they haven't been in a situation this entire playoffs where they've trailed. So, you go against a team, you think you have them on the ropes. Yes, it's disappointing that they weren't able to put the foot on the neck and finish this thing off, especially when it was like, you start off that second half on and extend your lead, and then all of a sudden it all just kind of unravels on you. That is a disappointing thing. I think you'll always look back to that Game 4 and you'll be like, man, what the hell happened there? And with Game 5, like, you took one of these, you took that haymaker from him early, you just never could catch up. And it was just a matter of just couldn't get stops, couldn't take care of the ball. You just never could put yourself in a position to go on any kind of sustained run. So it just felt like the entire game you were just running in place. But you've seen this Miami team now in 3 rounds of playoffs. You've seen what they're capable of when they're at their best. They haven't even given close to their best. They haven't looked like that now in a game and a half. So, I'm just of the opinion you can get this thing back. Like, you've seen them throw up stinkers and then bounce back in a big way. And, I look to, Game 2 where they got absolutely blitzed by Milwaukee. They come back the next 2 games and get a death grip on that series. Think to last year where you were in a spot with Jimmy, and that was a much more hobbled team, than this one was. Jimmy was also dealing with some stuff physically. That guy can summon some things in some moments. And a Game 6 in your building to close this thing out, you're all right now. It was a bad couple of nights, but you put yourself in a golden spot. You did. Let's hear a little bit from Jimmy. This was him after the game discussing where they're at and leading into these next couple of games.
Because the last 2 games are not who we are. It just happened to be that way, and we stopped playing defense halfway because we didn't make shots that we want to make. But that's easy correctable. We just got to come out and play harder from jump. So, like I always say, it's going to be all smiles. We're going to keep it very, very, very consistent, knowing that we are going to win the next game.
And I know people are like, oh, Jimmy's doing the thing. He's doing the thing where he's guaranteeing, like, literally how he talks about everything. He guaranteed that they would be back here last year. That's how he does. He speaks things into existence. That's the confidence that he goes with. Like, he's literally been
manifests things.
He's been manifesting this for a year. Now everybody's like, oh, Jimmy guaranteed a win in Game 6. He's guaranteed a championship all year. What are you doing? Oh, he guaranteed Game 6.
All of a sudden now you're not gonna follow this man. Like, all of a
course.
sudden, like,
That's the thing that's crazy.
That's wild.
Jimmy, what are you doing? Why don't you play like it? Oh, okay. Now the Heat fan wants to be outraged. Get the hell out of here. I know like 90% of you guys are rooting for ping pong balls against the Bulls. Get the hell out of here. you're gonna start doubting Jimmy mother bleeping buckets. You're gonna doubt Bam. How many times are you gonna write off Bam? How many times?
Then he's just gonna drop it like a 20.
How many times are we gonna do this with this guy?
And then he'll drop 22, 12, and 8, and then you'll win.
It's unbelievable. You guys act like these guys can't bounce back from a poor performance. Only the Celtics can, apparently. The Celtics are the only team in the league that's allowed to bounce back from bad performances. The Heat, heavens to Betsy that they could ever think about having a stinker and bounce back and have a better performance.
It's crazy how narratives change so quickly.
It's because it's what they want. They want to make you like a bunch of hyenas. And the thing with the Heat is you can't shake them. It's like Spoelstra. This stuff, like he's telling the media basically, and that's it. You guys are dum-dums. How much do you guys need to be shown that this doesn't matter? There's no such thing as momentum. There wasn't momentum in game 4. Game 4, the Heat had momentum going into halftime. Like they have to go and execute. You have to go. Do I believe that Boston is playing with a desperate energy last couple? You bet your ass they are. They should, unless they're just completely gutless, which is what I thought. I have been surprised at their resolve. I thought they were going to lay down. They haven't. Okay, go get it the hard way. You've been in hard positions. It was a hard way against Giannis and the Bucks. The Knicks, make fun of them all you want. They played their ass off. Jalen Brunson, you had to take every haymaker from him and to put him down. You've been in hard spots before. That's the fun of the playoffs. Let's go out to Nick. What's going on, Nick? Nick, hello. What's up, buddy?
Hey, guys. Hey, Heat Nation. What's up? Where's the guts? Like one of our favorite sponsors out there, Palmetto Ford, Miami Nation. We got guts.
he's got Heat fan jingles.
I like it.
I like it. James, what's up, buddy? How are you?
Hey, how's it going, Tobin? Big fan from Jersey, huge Heat fan. Anyway, it kind of seems like these last 6 quarters, they completely forgot that we want our revenge. Last year, this team sent us home. The Jimmy shot and everything, I still agree with the shot. He went for the kill, and I fully support him. He was awesome in that series, but feels like the life out of us in the last 6 quarters just not there. Like we don't want that revenge. Going up 3-0 like this and being this good through the first 3 games, it was awesome. But you saw last game that Bam was getting was deeply covered. You saw how 4 guys came in and stripped the ball from him down low. Jimmy didn't do anything really. He had 10 shot attempts, I think it was. And Kevin Love even said it best. When Bam is on, they feel like they can win. And it's true because after game 4 of the Knicks series, Bam has been electric.
Yep.
And you saw the last 6 quarters, Bam wasn't really there. And Jimmy wasn't really there. When Bam's not there, you can kind of make it up with the other players and Jimmy. But when Jimmy and Bam aren't there, we're screwed.
Well, I think the other thing, too, is if Bam, I think the thing with Bam that was disappointing yesterday, and, even if he doesn't have his shot going, which we saw, he was struggling with his jump shot going back into the Bucks series. And one of the things that was impressive about the Knicks series and early in this series, it didn't matter. Like the dude was just being a demon on the boards. He was going and making things happen. Like you can't let the turnovers dictate how you're going to go around there and play flustered. And yesterday, like with Jason Tatum on him and Jason Tatum stripping the ball from him, and I know Jason Tatum's not small, but like, dude, he's a wing player. Like you're in there with some real meatheads down low.
Tatum's taller than Bam.
He's tall. No, I get it. He's taller than him, but like Bam's muscling around there with like some behemoths.
Right.
Jason Tatum's he's a big dude, but he's not like
he's low key. Like he's low key big.
You're not gonna act. It's not like you're banging with Steven Adams. Like come on, dude. You're
not banging against Zach. What's his name? Julius Randle.
Yeah, you gotta like. I'm not gonna sit. You're not gonna let. You can't let Jason Tatum. And Shaq was saying this yesterday. Like you can't let Jason Tatum's basically a guard, dude. You can't let a guard do that to you. Marcus Smart stripping the ball from you. You can't let that happen. But I believe he can bounce back because he always does. He always does. And I'm not gonna lose faith in this team because they had a couple of clunkers. They have been able to show themselves in a big, big way this entire postseason. And I think that they will. I think they'll bounce back. I do. Let's see. Ricardo. What's going on, Ricardo?
Good morning, Tobes. Good morning, Vlad, J-Fig, and somewhere out there in the world. Good morning, Leroy.
Leroy's not here today, but I will let him know.
Please do. What's it called? Just want to say a couple things. Firstly, what the other caller just said, for some reason, Bam has been a little quiet in the past 6 quarters. I don't know what's really been going on with him, but
he's giving the ball to the other team.
Machine. It's tragic. Like if that's really the case of how it's going, he's kind of got to get some eyes up, see where things are at, see where players are at, find the open man. Because if they are sending 2, 3, 4 guys to him, that means there's 3 other guys on our team that are open.
Yep, for sure.
So if they're gonna go with the same game plan to smother Jimmy and to smother Bam in Miami in Game 6 on Saturday, they got to keep their eyes open, and all the snipers need to be ready to shoot.
One of the things that's actually been interesting with Jimmy over the last few games is they haven't been doing a lot of it. It's been a lot of guard your yard against Jimmy. They haven't been throwing a ton at him, and they've been saying, like, listen, see what he can do. And they've thrown a lot of bodies at him. Like they threw Robert Williams at him at one time. That's bothered him. Grant Williams has done a great job ever since the face-off. He's done a good job on Jimmy. He's blocked him a couple of times. And they've actually made the effort to put a lot of that on Bam to kind of cause the chaos on him, because I think that they know you can't double Jimmy and fluster him. You can't. This was a strategy a lot of teams used with Tyler last year. So they're trying to throw some extra bodies at Bam, kind of disrupt the Heat because they know he can be an offensive hub for them. So they got to figure some things out, whether that's, you let him bring up the ball and not be in the paint and kind of dish from there on certain possessions. Dade South says, I'm tired of Bam catching the ball and immediately bring it down to his shoes. We call that the white side. That was white side special.
Who came up with that?
That dude, he'd always do that.
Who came up with that? I got to give the point to the person.
That is the white side. That was his move.
I'll give it to Dade South.
For Twitcher.
Whiteside would always get the ball, put it by his shoes, and it would get punted into the stands. I was like, oh, Jesus, same thing all the time. Let's see. The Jay Gatto. What's going on, Jay Gatto?
It's Jay Gatto, but it's all good. Listen, I just want to say, it's with a D, not a T, but it's all good. Like I said,
Oh,
it's
Jay
all love.
Gatto?
Yeah, Jay Gatto 305.
I still feel like we're saying the same thing. What do you got, buddy?
It's all good. Like I said, it's all good. It's all love. Listen, I just want to say I'm not stressing anything. I originally had Heat in 5, but it's all good. I do believe the Game 6 starter lineup should be, if Vincent ain't starting, Caleb Martin, Strus, Jimmy, Highsmith, and Bam, period.
Yeah, they're not going to start that lineup, though. Kyle's going to start if Gabe can't go. Got to stop giving the ball to the other team.
You need old Kyle Lowry from Toronto, bro.
I just need him to be Kyle Lowry not throwing to somebody in a green jersey.
Yeah, a lot of turnovers these last 2 games.
Dude, I know. That's the thing that's been
bad ones, too.
Bad
Tobin.
ones. Like there were a couple Marcus Smarts where he ripped them, but like there were also a lot of them where Kyle Lowry was just like, whoop, go have the ball, Jason Tatum. I'm like,
just dribbling and not knowing where he's exactly going.
God. Yeah, he had that one where he was like, shoot it. No, give the ball to somebody else. All right, man. One more call. Jay, what's going on? Jay in Toronto.
Hey, hi, Tobin. Hi, Vlad. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah. Listen, I'm pissed. Can I say that on radio? Sorry. I'm not happy. Okay, good. I'm not happy, man. Like, I find Jimmy is beat up, man. I find Jimmy is beat up, and you got to be honest. Like, Spo needs to put Jimmy in more of a facilitating role. You can't keep expecting high point production game in, game out from our guy. We need to nurture him.
Nurture him?
It's yes. He's got to work on his assist numbers.
Go tell Jimmy Butler you want to nurture him.
I know, exactly. Maybe we need to do that so he explodes. And then Bam plays the point. He's too big to play the point. Bam plays inside. He's too small to play inside. I'm confused, guys.
All right. I'm sorry you're confused, Jay.
I love his accent, man.
I do too, man. He's very flustered. He's had a hard night. He's been thinking about this all night.
All the way from the T-dot.
Oh, man. We'll take a quick break. Hour 2 coming up next.
innocent and go to hell. To a Congo follow. Crawford quarterback.
Daddy loves you guys.
Hour Tua with Tobin and Leroy.
Check the history of food.
Hour 2 of the program, ladies and gentlemen. Tobin and Leroy here with you, going into a Memorial Day weekend. Take you guys up until 2 o'clock. You guys can get at us on the text line, 305-567-0560. We're taking your calls as well. For any Heat Nation that wants to get in here, you guys can join the YouTube chat and the Twitch chat. Miami 560 WQAM. I see a Celtics fan, Jimmy, has infiltrated us. Better to be down 2-3 playing good basketball than up 3-2 looking lost. I guess, but, by your logic, you guys were up 3-0 trading everybody. I'm sure if we looked at your comments, Jimmy J, by the time you guys were up 3, you guys were down 3-0. I'm sure you were being very reasonable and confident at the time. So, I would actually say, it's better to be up 3-2 with a chance to close out. But do you, Jimmy? Whatever makes you feel good. Melvin says, Bam's not a superstar. Comparable to Marcus Smart, but Smart as a decoy. Fraudulent decoy, though. Built by the media. That's for sure. Can we hear from Bam? Bam yesterday, he was not good, especially in the first half, was just truly awful. Turned the ball over like crazy. And they've been doing that for the last couple of games. So he has a big-time bounce back ahead of him. Did seem like he was starting to find some kind of a rhythm in the third quarter, so that was good to see. Hopefully he can carry that into tomorrow night in Game 6. The Heat need their stars to play better. Flat out, Jimmy and Bam, both of them. But this was Bam on the confidence factor for Miami.
Yeah. Why would we lose confidence? When we started this journey, nobody believed in us. Everybody thought we was going to be out the first round. Everybody thought we was going to be out the second round. And now we're here one game away. So for us, man, we've always had confidence, and that's not going to go away.
I think that's been the thing that's pretty unbelievable with Miami the entire time. Is like this has been a thing where you've seen over the last couple of games, maybe you could put it down to desperation factor. I don't disagree with it because I do feel like they looked probably their most engaged in that fourth quarter when Bam and Jimmy sat. So I do think those guys need to bring an intensity in this Game 6 that we haven't seen, especially last game. But they have had a great ability every single time that you think that this is going to be the time where it falls off. Now things are going to go awry. No, they bounce back and have a big performance. So if you guys have been cheering for it all playoffs and you're just starting to feel a little bit of, oh, maybe this is them being exposed. All right. I mean, that's fine. You can be gutless, or you can believe what they've been doing this entire time. I think for me, if I had legit concerns with the Heat right now, it's mostly a health thing. And it has to do with how is Gabe Vincent going to bounce back? How's he looking? Is Kyle Lowry breaking down? Is Kevin Love completely useless? And Caleb Martin did tweak his knee yesterday. He's been awesome for you. Those are the bigger concerns I have. I do believe that Jimmy and Bam will bounce back in a big way because they've been great all playoffs. And this Celtics team got their ass in gear finally. But look, my original pick was Heat in 6. I don't care what the journey is. As long as you get there, you get there. And you get to the NBA Finals. That's the big thing for me. Not going to all of a sudden be rats off a shit because Boston decided to show up and not roll over like they were the first 3 games of this series, and especially that Game 3. What's up, Cap? Cat, what's up, man? Cat for life.
Hello. Yeah, no, my blood pressure and my patience is up right now. All right. This is what we need to do, bro. And just hear me out. All right. 15 seconds. All right. We always see, okay, and this is what we always do. We always glance and admire all these spectacular, like celebrities in the sideline of these games. All right. I love the fact that the Dolphins defense keeps showing and representing, but I think that pretty much
the determining factor of this game will be motivation. If we get Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddell, and Tua Tagovailoa to the last home game of the season to show this offense how offensive productivity is done throughout the whole trifecta of hockey, football, and basketball, it would help this team do something. Am I out of line?
-1.
What the hell?
-1.
I mean, what do you mean, Cal? You think that the Heat need Tua there to be motivated?
They got Mike McDaniel's there all
Mike
the time.
McDaniel's been there the whole time. Jalen Watt, he's like, oh, they need to be shown how to do. No, if anything, like, I don't even know. The only thing that the only person who is a Goosey's factor that they don't lose in front of, honestly, is Dwayne Wade. They've never lost in front of Dwayne Wade. That's the only thing that's like, hey, if Mickey wanted to call in somebody that would give Goosey's factor to the crowd, that would get everybody hyped up, you bring in D Wade. That's like the only guy where I'll believe in that stuff. Everybody else, Tua, what are you talking about?
Listen, guys, I don't have a dog in this fight, but I'd rather Boston lose more so than you guys.
We can all unite on hating Boston.
Yes.
Every station, I've been doing a lot of radio stations, and everybody can unite on this. Like, I don't think they're very happy for Miami, but they really want to see Boston lose. That's what everybody wants.
Yeah, and the underdog story is always better than the favorite story. And you're the underdog.
Yep.
So calm down, people. Listen. What is Miami known for at this time? Memorial Day weekend.
Oh, Astron.
Just everywhere. Everywhere.
Do your work. When do
Okay.
they get down here? You think they're not going to fly until the morning?
Oh,
maybe
Boston?
Missoula's going to want to avoid it.
He better avoid it. They're playing tomorrow night. If I would fly in tomorrow morning.
Be here as late as possible.
Late as possible.
As late as possible.
Memorial Day weekend. Yeah, come on, guys, relax. If the Heat had won, you'd literally be going a week without any type of playoff hockey or basketball. Relax, calm down, enjoy. Tomorrow night, Miami will defeat Boston. You'll head to the NBA Finals.
People all of a sudden pretty fat and sassy on Tyler Hero, huh? You got everybody loves headband Hero now all of a sudden. Oh, he's not a bum. He's not needed anymore. I saw a lot of people bet. Oh, please, Tyler, please. No. You guys were all saying we don't need him. Don't want Tyler Hero. He's gonna rock the boat.
All of a sudden,
hey, Tyler, how's that bone doing, dude? Speed up the process a little bit. Be back for Game 6 of the Eastern Conference Finals instead of Game 6 of the NBA Finals.
All of a sudden, you need a hero.
All of a sudden, dude,
You need
he's got the long hair going. He's got a look going on right now. He's always had that same short haircut. Now all of a sudden he's got looking like a basketball Rambo. All of a sudden, there's something going on there.
He's determined, man. He wants to get back.
He was shooting. It looked pretty. You can't touch that hand though. That hand would get messed up, right? Like first time Marcus Hort swipes at it.
No, he's not coming back for this series.
Can't think about that. But man,
Denver?
it did look good to see him. It did look good to see him out there. I really enjoy that. We'll take a quick break. Your headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck in a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
I deleted my headlines by accident.
Nah, don't worry. Headlines.
My entire draft, I just accidentally hit the trash can, and I didn't like in drafts. If you delete something,
it's over.
It's over, dude. Not like if you just delete it in trash, you get like three chances to get it back. It's gone.
I mean, what's the headline? Celtics beat the Heat.
Celtics beat the Heat. Jimmy's still confident. Bam tells you all to go to hell. Spo not bothered. Marlins lost.
Gabe, game time decision, right?
Yeah, I didn't like how Ali LaFleur, she seemed to like will that game 6 to happen yesterday. She was like, Gabe Vincent's gonna be available for game 6. I was like, hey, if necessary, Ali. If necessary. This was like first quarter. She's saying that.
Come on, it's Allie. She wants to come to Miami Memorial Day weekend. Who doesn't want to go there? By the way, TNT's happy like no other right now.
I know. Shaq was like, Shaq said him and Kenny were already looking at trips to the Bahamas, though. He thought they were going to be done for the year. Oh. Kenny was like, well, I mean, at least we got a compelling series now, I guess we'll stick around. And Kenny likes coming down to Miami. We've seen the shirts.
We've seen pictures.
We've seen the pictures. Back after this. All right, welcome back, everybody. It's May. We've decided to continue Dave and Buster's month, and we got you a chance to win a $250 gift card to Dave and Buster's. All you have to do, go to WQAM, enter on the contest page, and if you win, you can go to Dave and Buster's with your gift card and have a party. All on us, Dave and Buster's. Eat, drink, play, watch sports at Dave and Buster's in Hollywood. Vlad was just telling me you're all set, suited, and booted, credentialed for the Stanley Cup. You excited about that? That's pretty
Very
cool.
excited
That's a
about
cool event to cover, dude. Boots on the ground, boots on the ice. Watch the Cats. We don't know yet. I thought the Golden Knights were another team that didn't close it out yesterday. Golden Knights let the Stars stay alive yesterday. So Dallas lives to fight another day as they go back to the T-Mobile Arena for Game 5.
Hockey's more likely of a crazy 3-0 comeback
Hmm?
than basketball. Relax, Heat fans. They're going crazy. Listen, calm down.
And as Schmidt and Schmolnick points out, he has never lost a Game 6 to the Celtics. It's true.
Jimmy Butler?
No, the Heat.
Oh, the Heat.
Going
You're
back.
right.
Yep. Celtics, 2012. They had the embarrassing Game 5 loss to the Heat at home. And you had the good job, good effort kid. Good job, good effort. And then LeBron had the eyes game where he was amazing. And then down 3-2, Jimmy Buckets, 47. Yes, last year, which is such a worse spot than it was now, where you get a chance to close it out at home. But
Guys, when's the last time Boston beating the Heat in a series?
they beat them last year.
I mean, they did.
They beat them last year, but they beat them at the final shot. But it would be
Other
cool.
than that one.
It would be cool if Jimmy Butler, though. What if he wins it tomorrow night on the wing with that 3-point shot, closes it out?
Oh, you want him to reenact?
Yeah, reenact. He said, "I want that." Remember when he sat down with us at media day? He's like, "Take that shot every time."
But other than so when they beat you guys last year.
They beat us in Dwayne the last year before the Big Three. They gentlemen swept the Heat.
And then
they
lost 3 series in a row,
yes.
right?
Yes.
And then including the bubble.
Yep.
Yeah, you guys got this.
All right, let's see how this goes. Hey, Robbie. Robbie.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
How are you, buddy?
Hey, good. Look, we cannot treat this like a 3-0 series anymore. It's 3-2 now. It doesn't matter how it got to 3-2. It's 3-2. And here we are now. And so, look, and I blame one person and one person for counting his chickens, busting out the 3% shirts and giving them all in the studio. They couldn't wait one more game to bust out those shirts.
So you're mad at Leroy?
Yeah, Leroy, the ultimate mush. And if the Celtics somehow come back and win this series, Leroy needs to be on trial on Tuesday.
Wow.
As the judge.
Wow. You're throwing out charges right now? Mush charges?
Count for premature chicken counting and possibly costing the Heat the series.
Well, I mean, Robbie, but the point of the shirts was to mock the fact that the Heat had no shot at all. Like, it's not really like, we weren't saying the series was over.
But those 3% shirts have no use if they don't win the series. You can't wear them. It's just a reminder that, the Heat blew a 3-0 lead. Like, you can't wear those 3% shirts if they don't finish the deal.
Yeah, but if they do tomorrow night, then the shirts are forever. Oh.
Yes, I agree. But why couldn't they have waited until they won the 4th game? Why did they have to bust them out?
I don't know, dude. I don't know why all of a sudden Leroy started caring about what ESPN thinks. He's the ultimate guy who always tells you, don't care about what they think. And for whatever reason, this 3% thing enraged him. All right, man. I'll see you later.
See you later.
All right, there you go. Robbie wants Leroy on trial. I mean, Judge J-Fig will have to take it under advisement.
I'm not gonna lie to you. He did jump the shark after the win on Sunday.
I know.
I got
I don't know when all this.
I got a text. Hey, what's your size?
That's true. He did do that.
He did,
He did do that.
And then, all of a sudden, I didn't know what it is. I'm always no guy should ask another guy what's his size.
He's still wrong about it, though. Like, you don't get to just retroactively make this a 3-2 series. Like, you don't get to go to 3-2 series odds. It's still a 3-0 series.
It's still 3-0.
It's still a 3-0 series.
You know what's crazy, though? They still have Boston favored to win the series, though.
I'm not surprised by that. I'm not surprised by that. I'm surprised it probably went up like massively over the last couple of games, I'd imagine, too. They had him as 9-point favorite. I tell you what, though, that spread was very dicey yesterday. Sam Hauser, he saved a lot of people some money. Sam Hauser came through the intangibles for O'Keefe and O'Malley. Jarrell's saying that Big Spoon is the mush, but he's on trial by association. Big Spoon will never be tried on this show. Leroy is the mastermind behind all this. But I'm willing to make a plea deal with Leroy. A mush on mush plea deal.
Wait a minute. No.
I'm just saying.
No. You're not messing up this, okay? You're not messing up Sawgrass Expressway. You don't mess with Sunrise.
This is not fair.
It's Tobin. Do you understand that as we've talked about your mushness, they've continued to win? So it has to put weight on your mind that maybe I am a mush, and maybe if I stay away, minimum 4 games, maximum 7 games. You can't stay away from 2 weeks. You can't stay away for
How
2
am
weeks.
I a mush if the last thing that we had was Ryan Lomberg on and he scores a goal?
Not anybody but Bob. That's your boy. That's the thing. You're gonna get googly-eyed. You're gonna start falling in love with the man. And I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm not gonna lie to you. Very confident in who I am. Bob is captivating.
He's captivating.
He's
the
very
voice.
captivating.
It's the voice. It's the face.
The hair, the beard.
hair. He's
You're
very.
like,
He's
you
like
look at him. You're like, how are you stopping all these shots? You guys,
the most interesting man in the world.
very much so. But stay away from him. Another 2.5 weeks. Abstain.
Desmond, what's going on, man? Desmond, what's up, buddy?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hey, I got a feeling tonight.
Oh, we lost him. Did we did you like press a button?
I think my thumb hit the button. My bad. That's
Sorry, it's all good. I know RVA Richie was calling it too. Here he is. He's back. Desmond, what's up, man? Sorry about that.
Hey, man, I think the Heat's going to close him out tonight. Jimmy Butler is good for 40 tonight. My only problem is don't force Bam down in the low post. He settled for jump shots. He need to go take some lesson from Olajuwon.
Okay. Everybody feels like you ever feel like Olajuwon just gets tired of people hitting him up?
Well, you heard what? In 3 days, you have unbelievable feet work. That's all it takes. 3 days.
Just 3 days?
Yes. Kobe, LeBron, all of them. 3 days under Hakeem.
You know, that it is interesting with some of the greats. Like, it didn't really work out for me as a profession, obviously, because I'm sitting here talking to you, which I do enjoy, Vlad. But I do remember one time I got the opportunity to go take like batting practice with Carl Yastrzemski. And this dude, I mean, like, he could figure out flaws in your swing in 3 seconds. It was amazing.
Yes?
Yes. Yeah. My mom was friends with his wife, and I played baseball. And so me and my buddy, we both we drove over to Fort Myers at the spring training facility, got to take some BP with Yaz in the cage. That dude could pick apart it. So maybe Olajuwon's like that. The greats, they see it.
The greats.
You know?
Zoe, Tim, D-Wade, they've done that. D-Wade helped a lot of these guards, a lot of 2 guards now.
I think Bam's worked out with Rasheed Wallace. I know that's kind of been his guy before.
That's a great person to learn from.
He's one from Sheed. But like, look, we're gonna do. I find it frustrating. We have to do this every game with Bam. Like, we have to do the thing where we're like, you think you know how he should play, and then like he then has an awesome game, and you're like, oh, this guy's actually pretty good. But then he has a bad game. You're like, oh, he's not a center. He's not a center.
It's almost it's wrong actually, because all right, here's an example. You said after that game 2 loss to the Knicks, right? How
took it on himself,
right?
Yep.
And was it Harvenstein? Harvenstein, right? Was playing well against him.
Mm-hmm.
From game 3 of that Knicks series to what? Game 5 of the Boston series, or what? Let's just say game 4 of the Boston series. Bam's played unbelievable basketball.
Yeah.
Okay. In game 4, he wasn't great. He wasn't bad though, but he wasn't what you've seen over the past 2 weeks, over the past 2 series.
Like, but the thing is with me and the Heat fan is like, yes, Jimmy's the best player on the team, but like this game is as much on Jimmy as it is on Bam. And I just feel like, we have the confidence that Jimmy will bounce back. We always have the confidence in Jimmy B. I understand why, but Bam's been there for every run with him too. And you never seem to have that. Like, everybody always has like these vast ideas. I'm not saying he doesn't have to play better. He stunk up the joint yesterday. I know that. I mean, it's quite obvious. He has to play better. Jimmy has to play better. They don't play better, you got no shot. You're going to be on the wrong side of history if those guys don't play better. But I just find it weird where it's like Jim VP, he's going to get it done. Jimmy Butler's going to get it done. Bam Adebayo, bum, can't do it. Soft, plays in the middle, doesn't know how to play there. Too small to be a center. Stop being a point guard. Stop with the dribble handoffs. It's just like, all right, everybody's got the solutions for him. Like it's crazy to me. But then when he's going along and he's having success, nobody ever says anything. It's wild. Take a break. We'll play Tickle My Fancy coming up next.
WQAM broadcast.
you fancy, huh?
I'm so fancy. You already know I'm in the fast lane. From LA to Tokyo, I'm so fancy.
It's time, ladies and gentlemen, to Tickle Vlads Fancy. Woohoo! Leroy's not here today. He will be back. We'll both be back on Tuesday. No show on Monday.
So who's working Monday?
I think Dan Day's doing the show. That's what Len told me yesterday.
Dan Day, but by himself, or
Who I'm producing for?
I think Dan Day's doing the show.
Okay.
Pretty sure.
So it'll be an extended sports day.
Extended sports. Are you guys on tomorrow?
Tomorrow and Sunday.
What time?
12 to 4.
Boom. There you go. 4 hours. Dan Day, Vlad, getting you going.
Might be
So,
5 because of the boat and air show.
The sports
True.
day tickle your fancy?
Sports day always tickles my fancy. Always.
Sounder?
I give you the sounder.
Did he reboot the computer? Is that what happened?
Not yet. We got it. If I can find it.
Hello, J Fig.
Hi guys.
How are you feeling today? You were very angry last night.
I was very angry. I was speaking out of anger yesterday, and
Who were you mad at? Were you mad at the Heat or the Celtics or both?
I was just mad at everything. Yeah.
Why you mad at everything?
Well, because when I finish cooking, I go look at the score, first
And it's
quarter,
over?
and it just astonished me how down we were.
Yeah.
It didn't make any sense. And I just started angry watching. At one point, I stopped. I kept going back and forth, and it just never changed.
Do you ever give middle fingers at your own team doing good stuff?
No.
You don't throw, what? You throw
Do
stuff.
you?
I throw
now
stuff.
you start scoring baskets.
Oh. Or now you want to play defense.
Now you want to show up. I just kept shouting at my television, get Duncan some help. Get my man some help. Duncan Robinson carrying you guys.
Or I'll be like, hello, what the hell?
All right, Vlad.
Yes, sir.
Canes baseball today in the ACC tournament takes on Duke at 3:00. Tickle your fancy?
My fancy is tickled.
It is tickled. Well, come on, man. This is we won another great run by University of Miami sports team.
Yep.
Why not? UM's always notoriously good in the College World Series. Win the ACC tournament, maybe win and host a regional or a super regional. Yeah, let's go. My fancy's tickled for UM baseball.
So I wants to know, is Gabe Vincent going to play on Saturday?
Ask Nurse J-Fig.
Yeah, how's he doing? Has he put some good vibes his way?
I will
Whatever we
send
can do
him
to
my
fix that
best
ankle.
wishes. Yeah.
Diesel says I was yelling to get rid of Kyle Lowry and Love. Look, the old don't like no rest. I don't know what to tell you. They don't. Like, they're not like the 1 day rest for Kevin Love and Kyle Lowry. Not possible. Not possible. You should have probably just left them in Miami. Let them rest up just in case. But yeah, Kyle Lowry, Spo is so rats off a ship on Kevin Love. And then he's like, oh yeah, it comes out of halftime. He starts Haywood Heisman instead of Kevin Love. And then he goes, Kevin, you want to play this garbage time fourth quarter? And they kind of looked all right. That was crazy. Stan Van Gundy said this, and I couldn't believe it when it happened, but he had a putback on a I think it was a Lowry missed three, and he goes, that was their first second chance points of the game. I'm like,
yeah,
are you kidding me?
Yeah,
17-2 at that point. Disgusting. Can't let that happen. Anyway, Inter Miami is taking on Club de Football of Montreal. Does that tickle your fancy?
Doesn't tickle my fancy there, Tobin. Only because it'll be on,
Fancy, not tickled.
It'll be on the same time the Heat are playing the Celtics.
A lot of things going on.
Too many things going on.
A lot of things going on.
And plus, Inter Miami's lost 2 in a row, and that when you were winning 3 in a row, you had my attention. Now you lost 2 in a row.
Always feels like Inter Miami, the Pinks are on a roller coaster. Really does.
Yeah, nobody takes you on a roller coaster like the Pinks.
What about this Marlins Angels series starting up? You got Jesus Luzardo on the hill tonight. Shohei Ohtani, 10:07 tomorrow. He pitches.
Yeah, that tickles my fancy.
My fancy is tickled.
Come on, you get to see Shohei.
Yep.
You get to see Mike Trout, and you get to see Luis Arraez.
See the Marlins yesterday. They had a couple of home runs in the ninth. And one of them, their outfielder, caught the ball, but ran into the wall so hard the ball fell out of his glove over the fence. So it ended up being a home run for I think it was Soler who hit it. And then the dude had to get carted off.
Do you know how hard you got to hit the wall for the ball to go over?
Yeah, it was crazy. He must have hit it really because it's like his knee got messed up or something like that. Oh, what happened is he hit the wall so hard and then he landed on the warning track kind of weird. So, but that was crazy. I'd never seen anything like that. He ran into the ball. He made this amazing catch, but ran to the wall so hard he lost it over the fence.
So the immovable object won.
Yep, certainly did. Dade South says Bam was a no Shohei Ohtani last night.
Point.
Funny. But I
Dade
don't
South
like
is
it.
good, man.
Witcher.
All right. Tomorrow,
Yes.
Game 5 of the Western Conference Finals, the Dallas Stars going to Vegas to take on the Golden Knights. Tickle your
My
fancy?
fancy is tickled.
Of course. I need to know who we're facing.
Who are you facing in the finals?
You know, do people start making their Vegas plans?
Man, that's a fun couple of places you get to go, right? South Florida and Vegas.
Come on, if the Gary
way
Bettman's
better than
gotta
Dallas.
be happy.
I got to tell you, I went to Dallas.
Not impressed?
Not that great.
Mm.
Not that great. I hear Houston's awesome.
I hear Austin is great.
Yeah, but Dallas, I just found it to be vast and gray. Channing Crowder and Hockman and I walked back from a Dallas Stars game one time. We thought we could walk back to our hotel. Terrible
mistake.
idea.
Big mistake.
Because you want to know something about Texas? It's vast.
It's very.
It was such a long walk. What a dumb decision.
Their
by us.
blocks are 2 miles.
It's crazy.
And I thought South Florida blocks were long. No, Texas blocks are long. Pause.
I
But yeah,
love Texas. Don't trash Texas.
they kill birds out there too.
Yeah, they do. No wonder she likes it.
Yeah.
Meep, meep. Vlad?
Yes, Tobin?
Does the Little Mermaid live action movie tickle your fancy? It comes out today.
No, it doesn't tickle my fancy. I'm sorry. I don't
He
have
hesitated.
Not
He's
tickled.
definitely tickled.
No, because you know why? I was thinking about, wait a minute, do I have any little cousins that, you know, I might have to watch this with or
Right,
anything
right,
like
right.
that, you know, during
Mhm.
Memorial Day weekend? No, all adult fun. No, it doesn't tickle my fancy.
J Fig, tickle your fancy?
Mm.
You're thinking about
A
it
little
too.
bit.
Come on.
Yeah, a little bit.
I'm
Fancy
just
not
very
tickled.
curious to see how it turns out.
I do
And I
wanna see
do
this
have
barely.
cousins that are younger than me that want to see it.
I mean, I might have to see it. My daughter definitely wants to
Oh,
see
come
it.
on. You have to see it.
My daughter definitely wants to see it, but I don't know if it's going to be a mommy-daughter thing because my son may be like rats off a ship on the Princess movie.
As he should.
That's just how he is. You know? I didn't make him this way, everybody. I'm not, toxic.
Come on.
He doesn't like princess movies. What do you want me to do?
That's Tobin's toddler tough love, right?
You know what he's watched a zillion times? The
Right.
Mario movie.
Of course.
He made me, he's like, Dad, can you please buy it? I'm like, I never buy a movie. This dude has watched Mario 20 times. The new one. It's available. It was when it was available on Amazon. Dropped
Nice.
$30 on that thing. He's watched now. Thankfully,
Well, he made
has
it
gotten
worth the money.
He's
Exactly.
watched it 100 because it was like rent 25, buy 30. I'm like, I guess I'll just buy it. Rent for $25.
It's crazy the way they
Wait,
jacked
you
up
rent for
those
25,
prices
but
like
you could
that.
buy for 30?
Yeah, it makes no
It
sense.
makes
It's
no
like
sense.
all the
Crazy.
incentive is just to buy it.
So
I
it's
guess.
basically, yeah, that's what it is. Well, you gotta like the move. What a con.
It really was a move by him. And finally, Vlad,
Yes.
Game 6, Eastern Conference Finals, Heat, Celtics. Much to everybody's chagrin nationally, the Heat actually still up in this series, 3-2. Does this game tomorrow night? I'll be boots on the ground at the
You
Kaseya
gotta be
Center.
Boots. Oh, I love it.
Boots on the ground tomorrow. Does this game tickle your fancy?
This game absolutely tickles my fancy. I'm smitten by this game.
Whew.
That's how it tickles my fancy. I'm smitten. Come on, man. This
My
is it.
fancy is
Game
tickled.
6, Miami, Memorial Day weekend, South Florida, the K Center. You have a chance to eliminate the team that eliminated you last year. In the
Mhm.
same, that's it. In the same court.
I thought
Remember,
about this, though. I thought about this. Robbie's not going to like this. I'm counting chickens. Possible Caleb Martin could win the Larry Bird Award if he has a monster game?
Yes. Yes.
I think it is.
You said it earlier today. He's been the most consistent player for the Heat in this series.
Yeah.
Jimmy may be the best player. Bam might be the most important player. For the most consistent player,
Just saw Schmeath and Schmelnick's comment. He says, "Little Tommy's a chauvinist pig." Look, man.
Point. for
tell you.
Twitcher.
I would say though, don't talk too much about Caleb, please. I don't want you to jinx him.
What? Okay, this is not fair.
No,
I'm not. You don't get to.
There's no.
You don't
no,
get
no,
to. You don't get to. Say I'm a mush
Don't
for
count
anything.
Hey, by the
all
way,
the
ask her
chickens.
now. Now that she's joined us, ask her: is Leroy a mush?
Yeah. What did you think of Robbie's call? Like, do you feel like Leroy needs to answer for crimes if this does happen? If the unthinkable happens
with the shirt,
does Leroy go on trial?
You know what? You can maybe
Technically, it would
take him
be-
to trial, but remember that everybody wanted these shirts, so
That's
I don't
true.
know who you're
That's
talking
true.
to.
That is true.
Everybody
wanted those shirts.
asked. Everyone wanted to pay for
These-
one.
They wanted us to open up.
Everyone was talking about 3%.
Everybody wanted to open up a bootleg market for Heat shirts
until they lost 2 in a row.
Right. But you want to know something, dude? They're winning tomorrow night. I'm sorry. I'm not apologizing for it.
Tobin.
That was my pick. That was my pick out of the gate. Was Heat in 6. I'm glad it's Heat in 6. I want to nail this prediction.
Oh well, you know what? Yeah,
we're gonna turn Jason Tatum over like crazy tomorrow. Marcus Smart's gonna build a brick house. This Derek White has to stop missing at some point. I mean, he was insane yesterday. You know, get back to the formula. You start turning them over. You get out on the run. Gabe Vincent's coming back tomorrow. I don't know if you guys know this about Gabe
Yes,
Vincent.
he is.
Dude, he's handsome. All right, dude. We got this all going for us. That is Tickle My Fancy. Get to some cat talk coming up next.
Miami Heat, Miami Hurricanes, Florida Panthers, and Inter Miami.
Powered by Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733.
An Odyssey station.
All right, welcome back, everybody. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQAM. Got Vlad and J-Fig here. Leroy's out today, taking the long weekend. We will all be back on Tuesday. So looking forward to that. Getting some cat talk here brought to us by our friends over at Celsius. Hockey fans, don't sit this one out. When it's game time, make Celsius a part of your play and get that energy up. Game day is fueled by Celsius Essential Energy Drinks, the official energy drink of your Stanley Cup Final bound. Florida Panthers. Oh, goosies. So they're already here, man. Cats took care of their business. Brooms are out. Vlad's going to the Stanley Cup Final. He's got to be excited about that. I did get the Goosies. I was looking through their little slideshow they put on of like all the South Florida sports celebs that came through. And you got Dan Marino with McCochin. And this one was cool. You got Cedric Wilson, Mark Ingram, Raheem Mostert, with former UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman was at the game.
It was that game 4?
Yeah. I think so.
There's a lot of celebs.
You had Goosies galore when you saw Coach banging the drum.
Yeah, that was cool. He's a showman.
Oh, he
is a showman.
He knows how to ham it up.
He knows how to ham it up. He's living it up. He is loving life as the Dolphins head coach. You know, a lot of people looked miserable with this. Like, you know, Philbin. I couldn't have ever pictured Philbin doing that. You know, barely figured he knew what a drum was. Adam Gase. I don't know. Would Adam Gase do that? I don't think so. You know, because at one point everybody was like, Adam Gase is going to be boy wonder. You know, and then he started to throw Jay Cutler down our throat. I saw it a mile away when he said Jay Ajayi was when he thought that Arian Foster was better than Jay Ajayi. But that's another story for another day. Done that show 100 times. Koepka was obviously there. Friend of the show, Xander Zayas, was there in the luxury box. He's coming up. I think he's fighting in June.
I don't know if Jeremy Piven was there, Stutton Steve, but he was definitely at the Heat game.
Durham Smythe was there. I like that cat's portrait behind there. Look at that. Fancy cats.
I'm not gonna lie to you. A little part of me wanted to take a picture with the Eastern Conference trophy.
You should have, dude.
Nah.
Take a selfie.
Nah, I didn't want to jinx it. I'll take it with Lloyd.
They don't believe in jinxes.
I know they don't. He said
Kachuk
that.
said it.
Like, you know
He
what?
doesn't believe in jinxes.
We
He
should have done it.
doesn't believe in jinxes, and Spo doesn't believe in momentum.
No, but we believe in your mush to Bob. That's one thing we do.
Yeah, but I don't.
Well, like Leroy says, the mush never believes that they're the mush. That's what makes them the mush.
Silly Sauce says, isn't Zayas like a New York fan or something? Yeah, he told us he was a Bills fan. I was like, why? He also told me he's a Lakers fan because he likes Kobe. I'm like, you were 2 when Kobe played. And I'm trying to figure that out. But, you know, you try and lead the youth in the right way. I just know he's going to be champion of the world one day. I know he's going to be the kid is turning into a monster. I know that, but he is a Broward kid. So I do think that maybe the Panthers stay close to his heart. I don't know if he has a hockey team. We'll get him on. We'll ask him. I'll see what he's got. I think he's fighting. Is it next week? It's either next week or the week after. I forget. He has a fight coming up. So maybe we'll get him on and figure that on out.
I'm shocked there's no fight this weekend, Tobin.
No fights, dude. I was looking at that too because I got the show tomorrow night. And I'm trying to figure out like what are we gonna talk about? Like we gotta like what are we talking about in this? I guess we'll look forward to the cards the next week. But yeah, I'm gonna go got that tomorrow night along with covering the Heat game. So it's a busy night for old Tobes. Busy night. But tune in, tapped out on the BetQL network. Cap for Life says, Tobin, please don't go near Sawgrass, bro. Go to the Heat Arena instead. Good juju. Look, I've had a very good Heat record. I'm not going to hear that my jinxes are bleeding into the Heat. My Heat record is pristine. Okay? And I wouldn't jinx the Panthers either, even if I were to go to a Stanley Cup Final game. I'm not going to, but if I wanted to. We've established this is only a Bob jinx, which I don't agree with. I'm not happy with, But I'm going to abide by what you guys want unless I don't feel like it. If I want to interview him next week, and if I get the opportunity, what am I supposed to do? What if that happens? I got all this time off, J-Fig, and if they come to me and they say, Bob wants on the show, I'm supposed to say no? I'm a jinxie jinx? I'm a mush?
That's exactly what you say.
I don't think I'm going to do it. I think I'm going to tell him, better get your ass on the show. I think that's what I'm going to tell him.
And what if we tell you that the
In
butcher
those
will come
exact
after you?
words.
Well, if you told me the butcher was going to come after me, I'd be very scared.
Okay.
Ooh.
I got you, J-Fig. Come on. I know what to do.
He is very scary.
Oh my God.
Very scary.
Dude, you know where you're scary? When your beard.
Yep.
Your beard. Like, I know the beard's supposed to be imposing, but his beard looks imposing.
Yeah, it does.
I love it. He should never shave it off.
It's one of these things, though, man. This Matthew Tkachuk, if he's able to finish this off, I mean, what the hell? Like this kind of a first impression. Like, what kind of a star maker is this for this kid?
What do you, this is like equivalent of Jimmy.
It's why, yeah, but it's like, you know what's crazy about it? It is like Jimmy.
That first year when he went, that wasn't Jimmy's first year to bubble.
Yes, but Jimmy was kind of already in a, like, it's not that Tkachuk knew he was an established star, but it's like he's got a real chance to captivate this market, to be like the first. I don't know if I want to say the first Panthers star. Yeah, like the first Panthers superstar to really captivate. Like, yeah, we had Pavel Bure, we had Bobby Lou,
Yarmir.
You know, but there's something to have it. Yeah, but Yarmir's on the other end. He was 100 years old.
Still was scoring though.
I get it, but like, there's something about this that could be really, really special for Matthew Tkachuk, and especially the way that he is so captivating as a personality. That's what he's got in his hand. Like when Jimmy came here, like, yeah, Jimmy came here, and I do think that I honestly think that this has been the year where Heat fans have appreciated Jimmy more than any year. Like, just based on like crowd reaction, the pops that he gets, the MVP chance. I feel like the Jimmy thing, the appreciation for him, it's almost taken to this point. I think it really hit after the 47-pointer, but then I think it also hit like another crescendo after he had the 56 against Milwaukee. I've just noticed that at the games, he gets like these crazed responses. So I feel like it was almost a slow burn on Jimmy.
But also Jimmy's his actions, his personality has come out more so in this year, to me, to the way the crowd is, the fans have accepted, like they're one. Like, but there's a love affair between the South Florida Miami Heat fan base and Jimmy that's strong right now.
Trevor says bigger than Nathan Horton. Yes, bigger than Horton, bigger than David Booth, you know, bigger than those guys. I feel like he's got a chance.
But also understand what he's done this year.
It's just like, dude, saying the thing like, remember this room in Boston, and then they come in all the way back. Like, that's stuff that's going to be of lore. You win three game winners in an Eastern Conference Finals. This is crazy what he's doing.
And add the fact that he was the face of the All-Star weekend.
Yep.
And he won
great ambassador.
He won the All-Star game MVP. So anything that's happened in South Florida hockey, he's been a part of it. And he's led this charge, led this team along with Bob to the Stanley Cup Final. So yeah, this is going to be an impressive first year with an organization.
They just feel right now, they feel invincible. It's crazy. You like the coming back from Boston, they didn't play with their food, even though every one of these games was super tight. That's where their comfort level is, you know, which is, you know, the parallels between them and the Heat. Like the Heat, they kind of like living in that uncomfortability too. And I do feel like maybe there was some slippage here the last couple of days and not, and thinking they had Boston down bad, and so they got to come up with some adjustments on it. But man, that if this kid is able to finish the deal with what he's been on, I mean, I don't know, like, because that's forever. Like, you think about how many more years they got in front of him. You know, how many more things are going to tighten up around him? How many more things? How many people are going to want to come play with him?
And here's the crazy thing, you know, him and Barkley are just getting started.
Yeah, and it was honestly one of these things that I found interesting from the start when he like introduced, like he knew that, you know, Barkov was excellent, but he's like, I'm going to lead in a different style, which he does. You know, Barkov's just kind of that glue for everything, and this guy chewing that raggedy ass mouth guard and being a pain in the ass for everybody, it's got something else. So this is really just a wild thing.
I think it's not only is it wild, I think it's just eerie how the superstars of these franchises are very similar. Jimmy and Matthew are very similar.
Yeah.
Like irritants, great players, but they can get on your nerve at times. But when they get on, when they're putting on, it is something to behold. Like that guy was unbelievable on what was it, Wednesday? Yeah, it would have been Wednesday.
Yeah.
Yeah, Wednesday.
It's all a haze right now.
It was crazy. Like
that's gonna be something though, Vlad. Like being in the locker room for a Stanley Cup celebration. If that happens, that's what. Because I feel like hockey players can party.
They can drink.
You know?
Oh my God! If somebody,
I'm sure they can definitely
imagine
drink.
a champion Butcher. Imagine a champion Ryan Lomberg.
Oh my God! Can you imagine the Butcher yelling with the beard, holding the trophy above his head?
I mean, they're gonna go to Rainforest Cafe after winning this title.
What?
And they're gonna shut that place down.
Rainbow, come on. Man.
What?
Yeah.
They're better. Come on. Man.
Or what else? What else do they got around the Sawgrass?
Let them hit.
They're gonna go all the way to Las Olas.
Come on. What's in Sawgrass? Are you kidding me?
I don't know. They're like
That's nothing.
There's a PF Chang's.
You do know by the time they get out, it'll be like 12:30, 1 o'clock in the morning.
They want to find some place
Are
close.
they gonna go to Chili's?
I think isn't there a Texas Day Brazil over there? More meats. I am a champion. Celebrate. You got the swords coming in there. They served the swords with the Stanley Cup.
Would you drink something out of the Stanley Cup if offered?
Yeah, absolutely. That's like a sports bucket list, of course. Schmeathan says Bobrovsky's going to celebrate at Grand Lux Cafe. I've never been to a Grand Lux. Is it just like Cheesecake Factory?
I think
Same
so.
as these? J-Fig? Ever been to a Grand Lux?
I've never heard of it, to be honest.
Trevor's saying there's a
By
yard
my
house.
area, I know.
Yard house would be a good place to party.
Yard house
I
is
feel
not
like the
bad.
Kachucks would like a yard house.
No.
Why they look like a Yardbird
They look
type
like
of,
they
yard
enjoy.
house type of crowd.
I feel like Keith Kachuk looks like he enjoys a yard house. He looks like he'd enjoy drinking a brewski out of a.
Nah, more like
giant...
a Flanagan's.
Oh wow! If you go to a Flanagan's after winning a championship, now that's South Florida.
You got to take home one of those green cups too.
The two most famous cups will be there: the Stanley Cup and the Flanagan's Green Cup. That's how you celebrate a championship. So exciting.
You know what's gonna happen.
So much time off.
You know what's gonna happen.
What's Saturday?
They're gonna win in Vegas and have the time of their lives.
Oh man, that would be amazing. Winning in Vegas would be that place. The place that should be that place would be an unbelievable party. Stunt Steve says the Flanagans did just open by the arenas.
See, I was right.
You are right,
fits in.
J-Fig.
On brand.
Flannies. That's where they gotta go.
We'll meet them there.
Point for J-Fig.
Gustav Forsling going over to Flanagan's, getting some wings, some of
Anthony
those curly
Duclair.
fries. Oh,
Dookie.
Man.
What's the little egg rolls that people love?
I don't know.
What are those things called?
Let's just call them
The
little
pork
egg rolls that
ones,
people
right?
love.
I know what you're referring to, but I don't know what they're called. I know at Renegades in West Palm.
The
they
rib
serve
rolls.
one.
Rib rolls.
Rib rolls. Yeah, Leroy made some rib rolls for the Super Bowl. That bleep was good.
He can cook.
This Leroy Super Bowl party, I mean, he serves some good food.
So good.
Silly sauce says Paul Maurice dancing on tables with his shirt off.
Oh my God.
Not on tables, on bar tops.
Oh
man. Get that correct.
The
Picture
visual
that.
just not had me.
Picture that.
Could you see Paul Maurice just letting loose right now?
Trevor wants to party with Nick Cousins. All the Panthers. This is gonna be something, dude. It's a lot of time off though. I don't know what to do. Till Saturday?
No. Wednesday.
What do you mean Wednesday?
Okay, so if I believe if the Knights win tomorrow, they'll start the Stanley Cup on Wednesday, May 31st.
Oh, so they're moving it up? Because I thought it was June 3rd.
Right, it was supposed to be June 3rd, but because both teams were 3-0, they were thinking of moving. They would move it up, but I believe if they lose tomorrow, then everything will be Saturday, June 3rd. Because they understand themselves that is a tremendous amount of time off.
That is a lot of time off. A lot of time off. All right, cool.
So we're hoping the Golden Knights win tomorrow, so that
we can get this going.
Get this going.
All right. Because then we get a Wednesday, and then it still wouldn't conflict because
Then
NBA Finals will be Thursday.
Well, you'll never have a NBA Stanley Cup game.
TNT and ESPN the same?
Yeah, no, it's TNT, and NHL will be TNT.
I like that TNT crew. Way better than the ESPN crew.
Everybody loves the TNT crew.
They do it. There's something about it. They do it right when it comes to broadcasting the games.
They get
really
the
do.
right players too. that can beat himself. Like Gretzky the other night was great. When the quadruple overtime game when he was frustrated like everybody else.
We'll take a quick break. Back with more after this. All right, welcome back. Tobin and Leroy here with you on 560 WQM. Happy Friday to everybody out there. Miami Heat lose last night. They fall to the Boston Celtics in Game 5 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Miami fans are handling it well today. Game 6 will be tomorrow night at the Kaseya Center. I'll be boots on the ground for that one and see if the Heat can close this puppy out. They have not looked good in the last 6 quarters of basketball ever since Max Strus put them up on that blocky block reset 3. They really haven't looked great. They didn't have Gabe Vincent yesterday, which made them way less attractive physically and also not as good with talent. So they are going to get what? Why are you looking at me like that, Jay Fig? That's a fact. If you lose Gabe Vincent, your handsome factor goes down.
I'm here trying to type things out, and then this is what I hear.
What? That's true.
You lose that handsome factor.
If you don't have Gabe
Are
Vincent,
you calling everybody on that team not handsome?
that's not what I'm saying.
I mean, there's a lot of things going on here.
You're misconstruing what I'm saying.
You are.
When you lose somebody of Gabe Vincent's looks, you become less handsome as a team. I don't know what to tell you. It's not that there's not other lookers on the Heat's team, but Gabe Vincent, I mean, that's A1.
He's peak handsome.
Peak handsome.
Peak handsome.
Although I will say Duncan Robinson's got a little something to him. I think I'm being a slut for his play, though.
I think you're being a slut for the entire team.
You're being a slut for everybody.
And I mean that in the nicest way.
Duncan Robinson is incredible right now.
Don't sell yourself, Tobin. Stop selling yourself.
I'm just telling you, dude. Schmeathan says their her factor went down with that Gabe. Handsome efficiency rating.
Well, a lot of the Twitchers, everybody on the YouTube, they said that the Heat started losing when the Jimmy and Shakira also rumor started to happen.
I agree.
Is
She's
Shakira a
mush.
jinx?
See, I told you. I had bad
Is
vibes.
Shakira a mush?
Oh, that's a good mush.
She's a mush.
She's a good mush.
Mush
She
with the
ruined
tush.
the flow of things.
She's
Point.
That's no.
Jay
Stop.
and mush with the tush. I got it.
For Tobin.
Whatever.
Look, I don't think Shakira can. We don't even know if the Shakira stuff is true. We don't know that it's not
You
true.
sounded
she's at-
pretty
all right.
true. You
If she's
sounded
at the
pretty confident about it.
Well, Jay Fig, if she's at the Heat game tomorrow, then there'll be more.
But how do we know that?
validity to that? this
How do we
rumor.
know that the Shakira thing hasn't been going on the entire time? It's only when it became public. That's what we're just basing it off of, having the facts of Shakira.
Because the Heat always keep the main thing the main thing.
Interesting.
See what I did there?
That is true. That's old Riles. I think Riles would understand if it was Shakira. He'd tell Jimmy.
I don't think so.
What happened, Jimmy? He goes, Pat, Shakira. He goes, all right.
No, he's not. He's gonna slam his head in like a bucket of cold ice water and be like, "You gotta shake it off, Jimmy. You gotta shake off all these distractions." Come on, man.
I think they're gonna be fine, man. I think they can bounce back. I just know, like, I would be more bothered, honestly, if the Heat played well yesterday and they were down 3-2. So, like, if you played a competitive game, it went down to the wire, and you found yourselves not being able to beat Boston while playing well, that to me is almost more demoralizing than, man, we've thrown up 6 straight stinker quarters, basically, and we're in this spot. Like, it's obvious they should be in the spot. They haven't deserved to win the last 2 games. So for me, it's, I know when Jimmy says those things, sometimes people look and say, hey, dude, it's great that you're always confident. It's great that you always bring that. But, like, is there any, like, they almost want to see Jimmy show some frustration. And I would say you can't love Jimmy Butler for his confidence, his bravado, his swagger, and not giving a bleep about what people think. You can't love that when they win and then get freaked out about it when they lose. Like, he's always going to be the same guy after these games. He's not going to give the media this satisfaction, and he truly is just going to bounce back. Like, look, I don't know if he's just a really good actor or what, but he sits there on the bench and he smiles. You guys love it when it's the Knicks series and he comes back and wins it. You kind of got to love it when it's the Celtics series and have the confidence that he's going to be able to get things right. And it's funny, man. Like, last year, I was just even just looking on Facebook as the memories come up. we're basically to the date of we are exactly to the date of last year. They were down 3-2. And you need this epic performance of him in Boston to send this thing back home. So we've seen what Boston is capable of when you're careless with the basketball and they can speed things up and they can get Miami in really tough spots and they can go on little runs. We've seen that basically in every game other than game 3 about what they're capable of. It's just that Miami hasn't had that counterpunch. You can't let it get out of hand. And they need to be able to be able to answer that better. But you could basically look top and down from the lineup and say, man, everybody is just capable of so much more. And now it's, maybe things are getting normalized a little bit. We've had some games in this series where Tatum and Brown played awful. Each one of these have had a kind of a role player specialty game, although it really was everybody was good in their starting lineup yesterday. Now it's one of those where it's like, okay, things have kind of equalized out here. We're still in a good spot going into game 6. Can Jimmy and Bam bounce back from this? I have the confidence that they will, because they have shown in this playoff run their ability to do that, even in the bleakest of situations. We're going to sit here and we're going to praise Spo up and down all playoffs long, saying, oh, he's coaching the pants off of Budenholzer. He's coaching circles around Tibbs. He's coaching circles around Missoula. Missoula looks like an idiot, doesn't even know what he's doing. Now, all of a sudden, you don't think Spo can make adjustments after a couple of stinkers? It doesn't just go away like that. And if it does, your faith in this team was lacking as it is. So I don't mean to paint the situation so rosy, but I'm just confident in, first of all, what I picked from the start was the Heat. And second of all, I agree with Erik Spoelstra when he says this momentum stuff does not matter. You guys keep making it a bigger thing than it is. And it's the same story over and over and over. So the only take that everybody wants to throw out there right now is, oh, Boston, can they be the first team in history? Because quite frankly, it's the only interesting thing to the national media. Oh, what can we get out of this? What can we drag out of this? Can this team make history? And then when they don't, and the Heat win this in 6, they can go cry about it, and they can go talk about their 3% analytics, and they can go boohoo and continue to figure out how they can crown Jason Tatum next year, and they'll fire Joe Mazzulla after him being a genius the last 2 games, after him being an idiot the game before that. They can't make up their mind. But I've never seen a team in the Celtics where it's like their bad is so bad and everybody's rats off a ship, but then when they do something good, everybody's like, oh my God, this is Showtime. Lakers are the greatest. It's amazing to me. And Charles Barkley said it best yesterday. Honestly, I don't say that a lot with Chuck, but Chuck's like, look, the Boston Celtics are the best front runners I've ever seen. When things are going good for them and they're clicking on all cylinders, they're a hard team to beat. The Heat have shown in this series, if they punch back, if they can find a counter, if they can find an adjustment, that they should be able to get the lead back. They should be able to be on their way to a win. They haven't been able to do that the last 2 games, mostly for a couple of reasons. One, people will go to the shooting. I get it. Boston has a lot of prolific shooters, but to me, it's take care of take care of the basketball. And 2, you gotta avoid these second chance points. Have to. You can't keep giving them those opportunities. You can't. In a series, in a playoff series, you can't sit here and be giving Boston, after you have a great defensive possession, the basketball back. You can't. It's a killer. It's crippling. It's demoralizing as a team. Those are the types of things that are going to wear your ass out. And Miami has been excellent at that stuff most of this postseason. So they got to find that back. They got to get back into that mode. Get every rebound. Get every loose ball. You can't get out hustled by Boston. You got to get out on the fast break a couple times. Get some momentum going, because that building will be on fire. If you get these fast break points, if you can get on a run, that place will be cooking. And we have seen that team in Boston panic a little bit. So you got to put them in that spot. You can't have them comfortable all game. If you do that, you could be in trouble. You could be on an embarrassing side of history. But I think we've all seen Jimmy and Bam and Caleb and handsome-ass Gabe Vincent, what they're capable of in this series. The things I'm concerned about, Strus, kind of been a ghost. Kyle Lowry,
I
don't know.
What happened to Low Dog?
He's still loaded, but I think he's hurt, dude. That's the thing. Like I look at because like when he plays this bad, he looks like the last games he's looked like the guy who wasn't getting fourth quarter minutes. And he's taken some, he's got that big ass knee wrap on his leg, and he took that hit in the back of the head. I'm just like, oh no. That's what I'm worried about with Kyle. It's just like, all right, is he wearing down a bit? Because people are worried like, is Jimmy fatiguing? Is Jimmy tired? It's like, I don't know. I don't think you can always just chalk up to every bad performance that he's tired. I think Boston, give them some credit. They've defended him well, especially their guys one-on-one. They put him in some tougher spots, and they've really put the pressure on Bam by throwing extra bodies at him. They've done a good job. Now it's on Erik Spoelstra and those guys to put themselves in a better position. I'm confident they can adjust. But I don't know if Kyle Lowry, is he going to have a physical bounce back in this game? Maybe. You can't rule it out. The guy is savvy. He's a pain in the ass. Kevin Love, seems very uninterested in playing. Haywood Highsmith was great. He was one of the lone bright spots along with Duncan Robinson yesterday. Does that mean he's going to go and play 40 minutes tomorrow? I don't know. I think you'll see a little bit because I think he has a lot of success and makes things tough on guys like Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. All those buckets that Jaylen Brown fed him yesterday, he made them work for him. And I think a lot of those guys made it way too easy, willy-nilly down the paint. So I'm looking forward to tomorrow, man. This is what it's all about. You want to feel alive, baby. Feel alive.
You feel alive right now?
I feel alive right now, dude. Up 3-2. Chance at the NBA Finals again tomorrow. Who's not loving this? Grow up, Peter Pan. All of you. Oh, we should have closed it. Yeah, all right, yeah, but you didn't. 24-hour rule. We complained about it today, and you better have your heads right tomorrow.
I like it.
All of you. J-Fig? All of you.
All of
All
us,
of
including
you.
me. Yeah.
Get it together, Jennifer. And Scooby, too.
Where is Scooby? Where's
Scooby?
Where's his 1.5%
Does
shirt?
Scooby have the guts?
1.5. He is passed out.
That loss would do it to you.
You can't be a franchise and you can't be a fan base that preaches guts and heat culture and act gutless like cowards. Pick a side.
Yeah, y'all
do you have the guts or do you not? Do you have the guts?
We
or are
have
you
the
gutless?
guts.
Which one is it? Which one is it, Jennifer? Pick a side right now.
I have the guts.
Then that's what we got it, all right?
That's what we
Heat
have.
and 6 tomorrow night, Kaseya Center. We're sending Sully and Murph home. We're not doing it with top hats and monocles. We're doing this the old-fashioned way. In a
Pots and pans.
With pots and mother bleeping pans tomorrow. Get them ready to pour out into the street and head back to the NBA Finals to go kick that giant Winnie the Pooh's ass.
That giant Winnie.
He's so good. I'm really I'm very scared.
I was about to say.
We got
Don't talk
Tascadam.
trash. His brothers. No.
Tascadam.
Don't talk trash. Remember, he's got brothers.
Tascadam. Back after this.
If you got the guts,
They'll be back on Tuesday. I'll be back on Tuesday as well. We're off on Monday as a show. So don't bother me. Win or lose, though. Like, listen, don't be like, oh, if they would have won, you would come in on Monday. No. I gotta enjoy some holiday time. All right. Now I know what I'm gonna be doing. I'm gonna be celebrating. So we'll just celebrate on Tuesday. Don't worry about it. We're taking care of business tomorrow. Honestly, dude, you got two options here. Okay? Heat Nation. I'm just either have guts or get out of my face. That's really just what I want to say. You come to me with your complaints. Everybody who's in my DMs, everybody who's in my mentions, everybody who's cowering, everybody who's bothering me. I don't need that right now. Cowards need not apply. Either have guts or get out of my face. That's it. That's all I want it to be known. I'm done with the cowardice. Don't look at me like that, Jennifer. You're looking at me like that.
I wasn't looking at
I
you
know
in
that
any
look.
kind of way. Nope.
Yeah, I know that look. I know what you're doing. Why is she muted? Is the pod down? Why are you looking at me like that, Jay?
I wasn't looking at you in any kind of way.
Why are you saying you don't have guts?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, you want to get at my face?
Oh, you testy. Look at you, man.
You want to get at my face?
Look at that.
Do you want to continue that?
Look at this loss got Tobin Aggie.
It got me aggravated with the fan base,
right?
Not the team. I want everybody to get their bleep together. Let's go. Going to be clinching this thing tomorrow on the floor to go play for a championship. All right. We have seen these gutless Celtics cower so many times. Don't act like them. All right. We're going to be having Marcus Smart sucking his thumb by the end of this game. Like a baby, dude. 560, you're on the air. What's your name? Hello. Hey, it's Tom. What's up? What's up? Hey, what's your name?
Hey, I want to talk to Mr. Passion.
Passion is here. What's up, buddy?
Dude, you got me fired up with that speech before the break. I am fired up. I've got the guts. We're winning the next game at home in front of our fans.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. Passion approves. You got to have the passion if you're going to go and do a game like this. All right? Jimmy Butler, passion. Bam,
got the guts.
passion. Pat Riley, passion.
guts.
This cannot be a passionless game. Sans passion. You need to bring the passion. Or get out of my face, dude. I am done with this.
No passion, no corazon.
If you don't have any passion, if you
No
don't want to bring the
corazon.
fire, if you don't have any corazon, get out of my face, dude. Get out of my big face coffee. All right? Get out of my face. I'm tired of hearing the cowardice. I'm done with everybody. You guys didn't even want to be here anyway. The cowards didn't want to be here. You want to know what they wanted to be here? They wanted to be, maybe we'll get Wimbenyama. Good for you. Go play the Powerball if you like the lottery so much. If you're not here for big games, get out of my face. If you're not here for closeout games, get out of my face. If I see you at the arena and you said, and I see doubt, you know what I'm going to tell you what to do with that doubt, J-Fig?
What are you going to do?
I'm going to tell you to get out of my face.
You're going to go like that to their face too?
Like, if you come up to me at the arena tomorrow, which many of you do, and I appreciate the support, but if I see doubt, I'll take it and I'll say, get it out of my face, because I don't have any time for that right now. No time for the lack of confidence from everybody.
No negativity.
No negativity, dude. Bring it tomorrow. Right, JC?
Damn right. I'm walking in there. I'm swaggering in there with this 8.5-inch monster, and I'm going to kick some ass.
That's what I'm talking about, dude. I mean, that's a little pervy. I got to be honest with you. But either way, you take your monster, and if it brings any negativity, get it out of my face.
Get it out of your face, for real.
Yeah, that's right.
Literally.
560, you're on the air. What's your name?
It's Russell.
Russell, how you feeling, buddy?
What's up? So listen, if there's ever a team, if there's ever a leader that you want to go through adversity and play either a game 6 or a game 7, who are we choosing? It's the Miami Heat and Jimmy Buckets.
That's
Jimmy
right.
Buckets.
That's right.
The only thing that we worry about as Heat fans is, of course, we want to humiliate them. 4-2 would be fantastic. 4-0 would have been amazing. But the biggest thing that bugs us is the media attention, the negativity that they spread against the Heat Nation. They've hated us forever. They never want to give us due credit. That's all that bugs us. That's all I got to say. I love Jimmy Buckets. He's going to come through, and we're going to rub it in their face.
Love it, dude. And let me tell you something right now, Mike Greenberg. Do me a favor. Why don't you just do the finals from satellite, dude? You don't want to be here. You want to sit here. Oh, the Celtics are going to do something that's never been done in history. Good. Do me a favor. Why don't you do this? Why don't you spend the NBA Finals broadcasting from the TD Garden? Because it's going to be empty. And they'll patch you in through satellite, and we'll do Get Up from Boston, where there's going to be nothing going on because there'll be two teams down here from South Florida that ended Boston seasons. So either bring that energy, all right, or get out of my face. I better not see Mike Greenberg in my face. I don't want to see him in my face. He better not be in my face, J-Fig. Jimmy Buckets is coming through. If he says it, so it is, so it shall be. Just got to play a little better. Low dog, you got this, buddy. All right? All these people doubted you. Maybe me at one time. But you got this, dude. All right? You put those cheeks in gear, and let's get this going. Gabe Vincent, handsome, dude. Get that ankle better. Max Strus, look, you can't be out here selling Strus juice, and Strus juice gives me no threes, okay? Do you know how thirsty Jason Jackson was yesterday? Thirsty, dude.
A little concentrated.
Thirsty. And what did you give him? You gave him like a little shot.
You gave him pulp.
A little pulp, dude. Like Jason Jackson went up to like a gerbil. Went up to like that little, and he's like, "Hey, where's the water? Where's the Strus juice?" There was nothing there.
He needed more tequila.
We need to be out here and get our minds right. You think I'm going to live in a world where Bill Simmons gets to brag about coming back from 3-0?
No, I can't. No. Listen. Like I said, I have no dog in this fight, but I don't want to hear Bill Simmons and the Boston media and all these Boston fans going in.
Coming up for shit on the podcast. Half Faker, what's up, dude?
Tobin, what's up, buddy? Hey, we're all heading down to the Keys tomorrow. No bad vibes. We're going to be partying it up all day. We're going to be ready for the Heat game tomorrow. Max Strus is the most handsome man alive. Wow. I'm ready.
He's ready. You're ready, dude. You're ready. That's your mind right. He can stay in my face, okay? But if you have anything that is negative and you're going to sit here and you're going to cower in fear, just get out of my face, dude. Get out of my face, J-Fig. Scooby? Where's Scooby?
Scooby.
Where's your mind, Scooby?
He's tired from yesterday.
I'm tired from yesterday. What is he doing? He's napping all day.
Scooby's kind of lazy, man.
Scooby actually is very hyper dog.
He's lazy right now. I'm just saying.
I'm just telling him by tomorrow, his mind better be right, okay?
Better show the guts.
He better. Tim, what's up, man?
Take us there, Tobin.
Lead us. Lead us. Or get out.
Hey, quick side note, though. I don't want to get off topic. I'm late to the show because I've been drinking some beers with Jimmy, just relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
But did you see the prices of these Panthers tickets for the finals? Jesus!
Are they expensive?
Nosebleed, uppers, minimum $5.90.
Wow. Well, good for the Cats, man. Making some business. Business is good.
I'm going to get some credentials for that.
Dude, I mean, it's a first in a what? How long experience? What was it? 27 years?
27.
27 years.
Seeing Bill Lindsay cry on NHL Network was that was emotional.
It was emotional, and he deserves it. He deserves to cry. Randy Moeller deserves to cry. Even though I don't think Randy Moeller would ever cry.
No, but Randy Moeller did say, "Don't touch him."
He did say that. I don't know where that came from Moeller. You're like, all of a sudden he just doesn't want anybody to be around Sergei Bobrovsky. What an odd thing to say on your broadcast.
I don't recall what he said.
No. I think it's a little weird that, out of anywhere, he's just like, don't go around there near Sergei Bobrovsky.
I need to hear it. I don't.
Why would he say that? Why would Randy Moeller yell at somebody on their television? I hope it wasn't yelling at me. I remember back in the days when I was producing Panthers Insider on the weekends with Randy Moeller, and he'd roll through with his suitcase with his Panthers tickets, and he'd always offer Panthers tickets because nobody loves the Panthers like Randy Muller. Dude's been an ambassador for the Cats as far back as I can remember. But why would he just yell? You know, one of my first days was when Muller was on the call on the radio. It was when Richard Zednick got his neck cut. That was crazy. And then what was odd is I remember taking my when I took my family to one of their first Panthers games together. Oddly enough, Richard Zednick was sitting like 2 rows in front of us. Couldn't help but think about the neck, but he seemed to be doing well. But you want to know what? I'll tell you something about necks. Coming for the Golden Knights. That's whose neck we're coming for. Like a medieval times games. Jousting. Put Matthew Tkachuk on his steed with a hockey stick joust, and he shall take you down. He shall thwart you. 5-6, you're on the air. What's your name?
Hi, yes, my name is Matthew Rodriguez.
Hey, Matthew. It's Tobin. What's up, man?
What's up, buddy? We're gonna take this home, baby. We're gonna take Game 6. Forget all the fake Heat fans. We're going to the chip, baby.
Absolutely, dude. I have no time for the frauds. I have no time for the frauds. The frauds, they will exist in one place. Do you know where that place will be, J-Fig?
Far away from your face?
Out of my face, dude. That is where the frauds will live. The fraud's place is out of my face. That is where it shall be. Heat and 6. All right? Pots and pans tomorrow. Moving on to the NBA Finals. Jimmy Bucket's getting it done. Bam Adebayo, big bounce back. Gabe Vincent, handsome dude. And Duncan Robinson cannot be stopped right now. That dude he's going to be a triple-double machine. The Dunkyard Dog. Struce juice will be flowing. We got the rump bro shaking. Kevin Love. I don't know if they're going to trust you anymore, dude. But either way, lead us, Kevin. Maybe from the bench. Haywood Highsmith with the clamps. And Caleb Martin. Always been the best twin. Never doubted him. Because I know one thing. If I know one thing in this world, I'll tell you one thing I know in this world. I know that Joe Mazzulla, who was barely allowed to be in the huddle 3 games ago, I know Erik Spoelstra's not getting outcoached by him for 4 straight games. I know that's not happening. I know that's not happening. Okay? Because as Erik Spoelstra has always said, character is not made out of a bed of roses and sunshine. Like steel. It's forged in fire between a hammer and an anvil. But except right now, the Heat aren't between the hammer and the anvil. You want to know why? Because they're up in the series 3-2. That makes them the hammer and anvil. And right below the anvil, and right on top of the anvil, with the hammer about to be struck down, is a clover. And if you don't have that same energy, dude, please taketh yourself away from my face. Back after this. Hope everybody has a great holiday weekend coming on up. Going to this Memorial Day weekend. Floyd Mayweather Jr. has an exhibition match against John Guy III on June 11th at FLA Live Arena. We're giving away tickets. In fact, we're going to give them away right now, dude. Callers 3 and 4 right now to our phone lines. 3 and 4. We'll get a pair of tickets to see Floyd Mayweather Jr. take on John Gotti III. The number's 305-567-0560. And callers 3 and 4 will get a pair of tickets to go see that fight coming up in a couple weeks at FLA Live Arena. And you can see the great Floyd Mayweather in action against a mobster's grandson. So if you want to go see that boxing exhibition match, 305-567-0560. Callers 3 and 4 will get a pair of tickets to go see it. I saw that today on First Take. They had Crawford and Spence on together. That was kind of cool.
Wow,
they're doing press together.
Nice.
I still don't believe it. I don't think I'm going to believe it.
Happening.
I think I need to see them in the ring for me to actually believe that this fight is going to happen, J-Fig. I don't know if I'm going to believe it until I actually see those two in there together. But I will say to the boxing media, as an aside, if I could take 3 minutes here to break from heat and seas. I've already seen some boxing media complain about the fact that this is happening too late. They're like, oh, it's too late. It's not too late. All right. You don't have to, boxing media, you don't have to complain about everything. It's not like Terrence Crawford's 46 years old. He's 36 years old. It's not like Errol Spence is 43 years old. He's 33 years old. These guys are okay. They're still very damn good. They have, did it take maybe a year long? Yeah, probably. But let's not act like these guys are way over the hill. I think everybody looks at them and say, they're still the two best welterweights on the planet. I'm thankful that it didn't get outsized, that Errol Spence is still able to fight in this division and make it happen, and that he's not moving on to 154 yet. But God, I even saw some people who were like, I don't know, it shouldn't have happened already. You're going to watch, all right? This is a real boxing match, okay? Be happy with this instead of that Joker stuff like, Jake Paul, Nate Diaz coming up. We're going to seriously have debates about how great that is for the sport of boxing. This is what's great for the sport of boxing. And honestly, there's not a lot of super fights out there that, boxing doesn't have a ton of super fights right now that haven't happened, that we would say on the tip of your tongue, man, we got to see that one next. This was kind of the last white whale that was out there. There'll be other ones that come about, but kind of proud of boxing. They've gotten a lot of these fights in. Ryan Garcia, Tank happened. Now we got Errol Spence, and the only thing that really hasn't happened is the undisputed heavyweight championship between Usyk and Tyson Fury. And I think that will happen. I think that'll eventually happen by the end of the year. But yeah, it was when I saw them on TV today, I was like, all right, maybe this thing actually is going to happen. Maybe we are going to get that. Get to some headlines brought to you by the new Palmetto Ford Truck Supercenter. Why buy your truck in a car store? Palmetto Ford.
We know trucks.
Thanks,
also,
Scooby.
I have a special guest.
Hi, Scooby. Scooby.
Are you ready for the heat tomorrow? Yeah? You gonna go see the game with us? Yeah?
He looks confused and bewildered. Like he is the most camera shy dog I've ever met in my life. He knows every time we put him on camera. Is it because he looks at himself and he goes, who is that dog on the screen?
No, it's because he hears my door.
Well,
Yeah.
Scooby, don't doubt the heat. All right, man. Otherwise, get out of my face.
Do you have the guts? Do you have the guts?
I think if you just rub him on his tummy, he'll definitely have the guts. Yeah.
That was how Panthers grow.
That definitely connoted guts right there when he just gave us a giant yawn in the face. Pretty wild.
Yeah, he's just excited. The door opened. Sorry.
I think Schmeathen's like that guy gave his first and last name. Oh, hey, listen, some people just want to give you the entire life story there, Schmeathen. By the way, I should give you a weather update. We don't have Leroy here today. Leroy's off, but let's give you a weather update from the DeBensman and Dover Law Firm. Your accidentattorneys.com. Free consultations 24/7. Call them up at 866-954-MORE. What do you see, J-Fig? What's the weather like over there?
The weather here,
Yeah.
it's about to pour. It is nasty. Yeah. It is. Actually, I think it's raining.
Nah, not over here at the Windowplex.
Well, my windowplex.
My Windowplex is it's looking pretty decent right now. Oh wow, little break in NFL news. The Cardinals have released DeAndre Hopkins. So there you go. Wide receiver on the market. See where he ends up. He had a list. I think he wanted to go to Buffalo or something like that. I think he said Buffalo, Philly, or Baltimore. I don't know. Buffalo makes a little bit of sense. That guy was awesome in Houston. Not so much in with the Cardinals. Had a little suspension in there too. So we'll see what ends up happening there. But DeAndre Hopkins has been released. Also seems like Devontae Parker and the Raiders are in a big time beef right now, which is interesting. I did see that Josh McDaniels was saying something to the effect of, he's earned his right to vent, which is such an odd thing to say. He's earned his right to vent. We know you're upset, but you're not going anywhere. Basically is what that's basically what that sounds like. He's earned the right to vent.
I don't know if I was answering calls. So did you just announce DeAndre Hopkins?
Yep. That's what we just were just saying. Tickle your fancy?
Tickles my fancy a lot.
Really?
Yeah.
Did he say, was Aaron Rodgers on his list?
I don't know if Aaron was on his list, but
Tua wasn't on his list.
I know New England wasn't on his list.
Yeah, why would anybody put Mac Jones on that list other than Chris Sims, who wants to put him a spot above Tua like an idiot?
I don't know either.
I don't know. Buffalo seems to make sense. I feel like that may, I feel like they got a lot of the same guy. So maybe you pair him up with Diggs, and then Diggs will be like, listen, you don't want to come here because it's Josh Allen. I'm yelling at him at the end of every season. He's good for like 3 weeks. Then he starts running around. Then everybody thinks he's the greatest thing since sliced bread. But when the playoffs come and I need him to throw me the ball, he doesn't know how to do it. Maybe that talk happens between him and Stephon Diggs. I'm not quite sure. Although I tell you one thing that I did like that was kind of cool. I don't know if you guys saw this, but at Dolphins OTAs, you guys see that this Tua's got the helmet cam? I like this. They put a camera on the side of his helmet. So now Mike McDaniel, he can see everything Tua sees. I'm just like, I feel like if anybody's going to take advantage of that, it's old McCochin. He's going to know what to do because you're going to have that action, J-Fig, of seeing what Tua sees, reading the eyes. What's going on there? Looking people off. What did Tua see on a certain route? Very fascinating. They're innovating over at Dolphins land.
Very high tech, huh?
Very high tech, dude. Very high tech. I don't know. I feel like they're always thinking outside the box when it comes to McCochin and crew. Little side action on the Tua helmet. Now we can figure things out. Maybe Fangs can look at it and be like, this is where we saw you. So you have a Fangs Tua Mike McDaniel collaboration. It's fantastic. Somebody says, can you tell Tua to get the heck down? They got that figured out too, dude. Jiu-jitsu. It's all happening for us. We got helmet cam. We got jiu-jitsu. This is all setting up pretty for what we need it to be. We'll hear from Erik Spoelstra coming on up. Heat lose to the Celtics last night. Is Erik Spoelstra worried? The head coach, he addresses that next. and Leroy taking you up until 2. Happy Friday out there, everybody. Heat lose last night to the Boston Celtics. They lead in this series 3-2 with a chance to close out the series tomorrow night in, what is it, 8:30? 8:30 is tip-off tomorrow?
8:30.
8:30, 7 o'clock preheat with Solana to get you going. You got a full day of coverage tomorrow on the ticket. You got Sports Day from noon until 4. You got Heat Weekly tomorrow with Tommy Tig to listen to. I'm not. I was on last week. So I'm not on. I don't know who is on, but and if anybody's listening out there who knows, if Tommy's listening, he can send me the guests. I'd be happy to plug him for tomorrow. But I love Heat Weekly, so you guys can tune into that and get you all set for tomorrow's action. Hear a little bit more from Erik Spoelstra. This was him after the game, after the Heat got worked yesterday, basically jumped from the start of that game and just could never come up with any kind of stops. And if they did, they turned the ball over. It was just, a disappointing effort already. They come up with a good defensive possession. The Boston would get the offensive rebound. So very little things outside of Duncan Robinson and Haywood Highsmith. Not a lot of good you could take out of this. There's a lot to improve upon going into this game 6. But Erik Spoelstra, he has no excuses for the performance yesterday. This was Spo after the game.
No, there's no excuses. Yeah. No, not at all. But the Celtics outplayed us tonight. Yeah, that would be a disservice to how they took control of this game.
Yeah, took it over. I think everybody's asking how the Heat's confidence remains so high, and I think it always just stays that way. I just think, look, if you're questioning the Heat's confidence and thinking about the chances of if you think narrative is going to creep into the Heat or the noise is going to creep around to the Heat, you got to imagine where the team came from, okay? From 3 minutes of not even being here to going up against the Bucks, which they were an even bigger underdog than they are here, which is kind of crazy because they're up 3-2 in the series. So I just don't see that stuff infiltrating the mind. Now, look, they need to execute physically and on the court too. It's not just about mindset. I think that they need to look, especially Bam and Jimmy, like they're coming at it with a little bit more of a killer instinct, like they're going to go and take it and get that build and rocking. I do think that's upon them to do that. But J-Fig, let me ask you this. Boots on the gram, right? I'll just point it out.
Okay.
It's a Twitter account @_WeGotTheJazz. Okay. And they pointed out, y'all, for the first time ever, Jimmy didn't post anything last night, which I was like a little bit in shock by seeing this. I was like, wait, there's no way. What? Jimmy always posts something on Instagram afterwards. He always has the montage, that whole bit Giannis tried to steal of like posting your teammates after the game.
Yeah.
He always posts after the game. So I perused, and wouldn't you know it, Jimmy Butler last night, the last thing that he posted was him warming up. No post last night on Instagram from Jimmy Butler. And he had to post this morning. He did his typical 3 songs that he posted. But no post-game montage. He posts that always, win or loss.
Were they playing music?
Wow. Well,
why is that?
Today, only 3 hours ago, he posted the songs, and that is it. I am shocked.
Mm-hmm.
This is weird.
Why would he do that?
Why would he do that?
Do you think Jimmy was upset by the performance?
I don't know. That smirk he had.
Did he fall asleep on the plane?
No.
Did somebody not get him the photos? Or is he sending a message? All business? Why would he not post anything all this?
Was any music played at the end of the game last night in the locker room?
I don't know. Good question. I don't know. I don't recall. Let's see.
This is the first time in the playoffs that the Heat have a sense of urgency, maybe?
Definitely the first time that I think they got to collect themselves, right? Like it's the first time that they've lost back-to-back games. It's the first time they have it's the first time I think you're going into a game and you have to wonder, like, what do we genuinely have to fix? Like I think that's the first place they find themselves in. I think that everything has been pretty smooth this entire playoffs. They made the adjustment in the Bucks series with the starting lineup. that worked out. The Knicks series, the Knicks series was close in that the games were closely contested, but I don't think Miami ever felt like we really have to change this. No, they think that there was a mentality change, obviously, from Bam. They had to deal with the adversity of Jimmy's ankle. That's something that they had to work through. But this is the first time I think that they look at it and say, okay, what do we have to fix? What do we have to get right? Because Boston has clearly fixed some things. They've been playing with a higher level of intensity. They've been going after the ball. They've been turning the heat over. And that's something that Miami's had a lot of success with against them. So that's the thing that you got to look for in this series and going to game 6.
A lot of them don't have any stories.
What do you mean?
A lot of the team, Miami Heat.
You mean just all the players?
Yeah, all the players.
Yeah, I'm not so much worried about them, though. Like, the catalyst for it always is Jimmy. And I know Dave South.
But they usually have something after
Dave
every
South
game.
Says there's no way Jimmy posts the IG. Somebody does it in his team. Maybe, but not last night.
Yeah, but that's their job, so they would have to post something every.
Not last night. Why is that? That's what I want to know. What happened? Did somebody hack him? Was his phone taken? Did he run out of battery? Or was he just upset? These are the things that I would like to know, because it's always like routine. It's like, I have my breakfast. I have my coffee. And I look at Jimmy Butler's Instagram, and not having those game pictures last night, it was a little bit off-putting. I didn't know. It was like, oh, whoa. And it was pointed out on Twitter. I was like, wow, they're right. But
it's interesting.
I don't know. I don't even know if it is interesting, but it's something. I'm trying to see what the mindset is there. Where are we at with this? Because his last post was 3-1, disappointed but determined, but there was no post last night. No stories, no posts. Weird thing, man. Very weird. But as far as tomorrow goes with the Heat, we've talked about this. Will there be a starting lineup change? I could see that happening.
Small ball?
I could see them starting Caleb Martin. I think that he either starts Caleb Martin or he starts Haywood Highsmith. Like, that's the two ways Spo will go. He either just infuses Caleb Martin because he wants more minutes out of Caleb Martin, or he likes to keep the rotation the same, so he puts Haywood out there. Those are the two moves I can kind of see. Obviously, if Gabe Vincent's back, that'll put Kyle Lowry back on the bench, so you kind of have your bench squad being that thing. He's going to do that determination of he's going to do that rotation of Zeller, Kyle, and Caleb that comes in the middle of the first quarter, and they'll go on from there. But yeah, Kevin Love is kind of the one guy that I look at and I'm like, yeah, I could see a change happening there, just because they don't feel like they've had a lot of use for him this series. I feel like Spo is basically just putting him out there as a matter of respect, and maybe if he puts him on the bench, he feels like, I don't know if I'm going to go to him, and I don't want to not play Kevin Love. I don't know. But then again, no feelings right now. It's an elimination game. Well, it's not. It's a closeout game.
It's a closeout.
It's a closeout game.
So another question to you, Coach Tobin. Do you have Jimmy play all 48 tomorrow? In there certain instances when they've sat Jimmy maybe the beginning of a second or beginning of the fourth, and when the Heat have won, obviously they've just either extended the lead or maintained it. And the games that they lost, other than last night, which was a blowout, but when was it, game 4? They kind of Boston extended their run with Jimmy sitting on the bench.
I think actually to be honest with you, dude, Miami's done okay in the non-Jimmy minutes. It's the non-Bam minutes I worry about. It's like when they've really always stuck to that. They've never gone in a Bam's going to play all 48 minutes. Like, they always try and give him those few minutes. They always take him out middle of the first quarter. So if Bam plays all the first quarter, then that'll be something that piques my attention. The one thing that was odd, and I found was one of the oddest rotational moves so far in the series, is Jimmy always plays all the first quarter. And in game 4, he played all the first quarter and then started the second quarter and played basically, I think it was like until like the 7-minute mark. I found that really weird, because it was like, you're not in a desperate spot. It almost spoke to, hey, we're going to kind of go for the jugular here. But then, like, Boston went on a run. Jimmy did nothing. So then they just decided to sit him, and that kind of threw things out of whack. I'm not saying it would have mattered. They ended up with a halftime lead anyway, but I found that weird. I found it weird. So now I look at it and say, yeah, do you play the 48 minutes? I think it depends. I think you just kind of feel out the game. I don't think it's one of those where I think he'll definitely be quicker to put him back in, but I don't think that's totally necessary that they have to play all 48 minutes. I think especially because you know that there's going to be times where, Tatum and Brown are going to get to sit. I don't think they're going to play all 48 minutes. So I think it would be nice if he gets some rest if it's possible tomorrow, but wouldn't put it past him. I wouldn't put it past. I wouldn't say it's off the table. It's but trying to survive those non-Bam minutes, that's a tough one. Zeller has been he's been known to be a little loosey-goosey with the basketball, although no more loosey-goosey than Bam has been the last couple of games. Jesus. I need to get some stickum on the hands or something. Turning the ball over willy-nilly like crazy.
So has Kyle Lowry. They just showed a clip of Marcus Smart just ripping him clean.
Yeah, it was embarrassing. Marcus Smart, Tatum gave him the business yesterday. He needs to bounce back in a big way. They've done a good job on the Heat's 2 stars, but the thing that you always got to you can't just rule out that all of a sudden it's going to tumble down and spiral down into this whole thing. Those guys are capable of bouncing back. They've shown it. Jimmy, and it also feels like, this could be one of those things where you'll know early, because I feel like Jimmy's going to go out there. This will be one of those where he might try scoring really early and be engaged. I think that's going to be something that's going to be talented, because it just felt like, I don't know. I mean, it was such a bad first quarter, so maybe it's hard to get the temperature or everything, but it just felt like it took too long for him to make that imprint. And I feel like this is one of those where he's going to want to get people in foul trouble early. You might need like a 15 free throw game from Jimmy. One of those type of games. Just throw his neck at the rim.
So you want game 4 Milwaukee game, Jimmy?
I mean, it's a 56 points, a crazy thing to say.
But understand that
I think they need a 35 piece from him.
But understand that game. That wasn't expected.
No. Well, I thought he was going to tap out of that first quarter.
But no, I didn't. But that performance, how he started, nobody expected him to go off like that. It was 2-1. You guys had beaten Milwaukee pretty handily in game 3. Even Giannis was coming, so maybe
it was Giannis's return game,
right? So maybe he knew he had to bring something that game, but he brought something in more. And in tomorrow night, I think he needs to bring that type of energy again.
Mm-hmm. If you're going to be the best player in the playoffs, the whole thing comes down to, can Jimmy Butler be the best player in the playoffs? And if he does, the Heat always have a shot. If, these arguments that we get into about the talent levels between the two teams, it doesn't go anywhere if Jimmy's not the best player in the series. You've gotten some great performances from Gabe and Caleb. You can't be mad at them. Bam, he's been pretty solid. He needs a big bounce back. I think they said it yesterday, like if he gets 20 and 10, if you get 20 and 10 from Bam and you get 35 from Jimmy, I think you'll be on a good formula to go get it done. I think you'll be in a good. Somebody said like, oh, they need 80 from him. I don't think so. I think because those guys make such an impact the other way.
It's 50. You need 50 off at like combined points from both. 50 plus.
Yeah, you need Jimmy, I think 35, but hitting like, as he does, filling up the box score all over the place. One of those 4 steal games from Jimmy where he's just getting out in transition and running. And Bam he's got to be a monster on the boards. He's got to. He has to. He cannot allow that to happen where he's, you're getting these box outs. I know a couple of them were long rebounds and a little whack. You got to find a way. You can't let Boston get these second chance points again. You have to manage that. We'll close things out. Play a little "You're Dead to Me" to close out a Friday. We're back after this. Oh, man. Time to bury some people before we head out of here. Play a little You're Dead to Me. Hope everybody has a great weekend coming on up. Be back Tuesday, so everybody knows. Preemptive warning, not here on Monday. Don't yell at me. Taking a long weekend. We'll celebrate with you guys on Tuesday. Whew, can't wait. Whew, boots on the ground tomorrow. Excited. I'll go first. So, Devin Haney, Vasily Lomachenko, they fought last week.
Good fight. Great fight.
Good fight. Yeah, can we just say that over again of all the complaining that boxing gets? What a great fight those two put on.
Fight of the year.
One of them, very close. Great fight. But the Nevada State Athletic Commission just finds ways to just ruin things. So before the fight happened on Friday at the weigh-ins, Devin Haney shoved Vasily Lomachenko in their final face-off. It was a little aggressive. You know, you shouldn't shove your opponent like that. It's not nice. We see it 100 times. Nothing that big a deal. They revealed, or Devin Haney revealed, that the Nevada State Athletic Commission fined him $400,000 for that shove.
Really?
And I got to tell you, that's egregious. That is ridiculous. That's a 10K shove if I've ever seen one.
That's not even a finable offense.
If you're going to fine him, that's a 10K fine. There's no way you could fine him $400,000 for that shove ski. If
You're
he
dead to
punched him, I don't know if it's $400,000.
But
$400,000?
I think that shove garnered more viewers.
Well, I saw the pay-per-view numbers. They weren't fantastic for it. But
might
either way.
It might have not been fantastic before the shove, but
Right. So maybe whatever they got was from that shove. $400,000 for a little shove. Nevada State Athletic Commission.
That's
You're
crazy.
dead to me.
You're
Your
dead.
over punishments knows no bounds. Between this, you suspended Nick Diaz for 5 years for weed. Too much. Just too much with you guys. $400,000 for a shove. Hey, Fig.
Well, this week, HBO Max transitioned and went into Max, which I really don't understand why they did that. Well, this brings me to saying that they're dead to me because now every single time I try to go and log on, for some reason, it doesn't let you log on. You have to completely remove HBO Max and then download Max.
So you have to do the new app.
I have to do so much different things to every television in my house. That is so annoying.
It is so annoying.
It's too
And
much
just-
work for
just
what? And then when I try to go back to the things I was watching,
Gone.
I don't know if there's a glitch that they're still trying to fix things, but
And do you notice how they're trying to like charm you with Jason Momoa on the commercial? Yeah, it doesn't
Hey,
work.
Hold on.
it's not working.
Hold on. Because he is he's part of my your debt to me, but it's not knocking Jason Momoa.
Okay.
But he is all over the screen right now.
Yeah.
Which he's
But he was
handsome.
re-
That's fine.
But he was great at 5-6.
Was he?
Yes.
What part do you find great? I mean,
He was okay. Well, are you done with yours? Because that you're kind of leading into my you're dead to
a joint you're dead
well,
to me.
it was
Okay.
just annoying. Okay, it was.
Okay.
It's
dead
annoying
to me,
that I
Max.
have to. And then I was trying to watch one of my shows yesterday, and I kept trying to go back to the actual episode that I was on, and it kept skipping it, and it kept
Oh.
skipping it, and it was
You're
just
dead to me.
irking me. So they're dead to me. Fix it.
Fix it, dude.
Fix it for
Fixed
J
it.
Fig.
Okay, now you can go.
Vlad?
Well, staying in the same lines of movies. I saw Fast X yesterday.
Okay.
I will say this. They need to end the franchise. Like
Really?
it's
That's what I
good.
said.
It's getting ridiculous now, man.
What do they do with like?
Listen, when a car is moving towards Vin Diesel, he just puts his forearm up and somehow it deflects the car to go the other side.
Wow.
It's kind of getting ridiculous. But Jason Momoa, very funny. He played a crazy villain. He played the crazy villain very well. He was eccentric. He was funny. It was good. Him.
Surprising.
Him. But this is why.
But the rest of the movie stunk.
This is why you're dead to me. Can people die in movies now?
What do you mean?
Like, just stay dead?
I know,
Oh,
but
man.
don't
So it's
spoil it.
There's
I
like
think-
a
I don't know.
surprise comeback.
There's surprise comebacks.
I think there's more than surprise.
There's people
Comebacks.
that made paths within the movie, but you're like, why did they just bring this person back just to have him? They're
You
gonna
know
be
who I
back.
think changed all that?
Who?
I'll tell you what changed that. Game of Thrones. Spoiler alert. Jon Snow. You know, Jon Snow, they brought his ass back from the dead. I thought he was dead. Dead. And all of a sudden, they got this red demon woman who brings him back to life. And I'm just like, well, you don't get to do that, okay? You don't get to, break me with losing a character with somebody of the importance of Jon Snow. And then, magic brought him back.
Well, the
Like,
last
get outta
person they
here.
brought back from that movie, the way they brought that person back was astonishing to
You
me.
talk about Fast or
Yes.
Game of Thrones? No, listen. Let's just keep it real. Let's go.
Astonishing.
I'm not gonna spoil anything.
Spoiler
But understand this. Letty died, right? In 4.
Mm-hmm.
Came back at the end of 5 and then was part of 6. That was the whole thing, trying to save Letty, right? Okay, cool. I love how Dom could sleep with the officer, right? Have a child with the officer, but still want Letty. Whatever. Okay, they're a love
Very
couple.
greedy.
They're
Very
a love.
greedy.
I love it. But everybody that died from Han in Tokyo Drift, he came back, right?
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's dead. They all come back in somehow, some ways. Maybe other franchises that other people have left is not the same anymore. So certain people might have to make a return. Hint, hint. I'm not spoiling anything, but if you get my drift, you'll get my drift. Does anybody die in movies anymore? In franchise movies, can somebody, if they died in movie 1, I don't need to see their ass back in the third flick.
Make some good points, man.
Like, it's all right if a character dies. It's okay.
So you're dead to me is people not dying?
You're dead to me is people not dying. and
Movies
returning
not
back to
being
movies.
realistic is what he means.
I got
I'm just saying, like, how I saw them die. There's no way.
You know you died.
You know you died. There's no way you survived that car explosion. No. And here's
There's
the
no
other
way
thing.
you survived falling out of a plane.
Yeah. Jesus. And here's the other thing. You're not lying there, J-Fig. And here's the other thing. How come when they go against these trained professional killers, these regular street car racers just seem to happen to have unbelievable skills?
I mean, 10 movies is a lot of training.
Oh my God, 10 movies. All of a sudden now, Tyrese is just a walking, fist of fury.
So
all
you're
of a sudden
telling me Tyrese would like fight, like Kamaru Usman, he'd take him out?
You know what's more ludicrous? Ludicrous knowing how to kick somebody's ass like that. That's ludicrous. So yeah, the Fast franchise, you're dead to me. I'm happy. Ended in 11.
But did you hear what's going to happen though?
Oh, yeah, what?
That
What?
the next one is going to, this 10 is going to be broken into 3 parts.
Oh, it's already broken. I see
Wait,
it.
wait. So
It didn't end. Tobin, I didn't even tell you this. It didn't end the way
I
a movie's
said this
supposed to end.
last week, Tobin.
It's not even. It doesn't even end in a cliffhanger. It kind of ends like, really? You know what it ends like?
Confused.
It ends like a end of a season.
Can I tell you something?
You're not gonna go see it now.
I've never seen a Fast movie.
Good for you.
What?
I've never seen a Fast.
I think
and
I gave you.
Furious.
You know what? After seeing the game, you know what?
I've never seen a Fast and Furious.
For Tobin.
Never seen one, J-Fig. Not Tokyo Drift. None of them.
These guys are worse than video game. They got 20 lives.
I know more about the Fast and Furious beefs between like Vin Diesel and The Rock and all that than I know
have
about
no
the
idea
actual
about the
movies.
beef. What's going on with the beef?
They hate each
You
other.
know, you know about the pro.
I don't
You
remember.
know about their heat. They have heat.
Yep.
I'm not-
Wrestling
yeah,
heat.
They got heat. I guess.
Yeah.
You know, what's his name? Vin Diesel's not too happy that The Rock came in and kind of started taking over and was
Cast him off to the XFL.
pretty much.
Before we get out of here, too much sadness today, all right? Too much having to get everybody rallying the troops. Let's end with some goosies here, dude. J-Fig, can you please bring up this video of Paul Maurice giving his victory speech to the Panthers? Because it's goosies galore, dude. Here's Paul Maurice.
We are going to go now into, for all of us, like the greatest time in our lives. We are going to go now into, for all of us, like the greatest time in our lives. It's a lifetime of work to get to this. And there's something so much more important. To be honest, it's actually not the trophy. It's the time we're going to spend together. Yeah. time that we're going to spend together from right now until we get a bigger one is going to be the best time of our lives. I'll see you tomorrow.
That's Goosey's right there, dude. Wow.
That pause. Well, actually, it wasn't a pause. It was.
I'll see you motherfuckers tomorrow.
Yeah.
A lot of cursing in hockey. I love it.
Oh, especially
I
that.
love
man.
it.
And I
Not
think
just that, but that's like the first time we've actually seen him fully smile.
No, I've seen him smile. I've seen
But,
him smile.
like,
It's an evil smile, but I've seen him smile.
He's hockey. He's like a hockey mastermind.
It's Cannibal Lecter, man. I'm telling you right now.
Got it going on right now, dude. That was Goosey's though.
Tomorrow night,
I gotta say
Goosey's?
it's the trophy though. It's not spending time with each other. It's the trophy.
Oh, it's absolutely the trophy.
You know, like I feel like when Jimmy Butler wins the trophy, he's just gonna take it off to like Brazil, and it's not about. It's gonna be alone with the trophy,
Drinking coffee.
Yeah,
on the beach.
I think
Coffee.
we'll
I
see
mean,
him
with the
just.
trophy.
We'll see Jimmy Butler at some cafe in Europe with the Larry O'Brien trophy, and what are they? And the Bill Russell trophy. They'll both be there with his coffee.
Three chums talking it up. Larry, Bill, and Jimmy. That's it.
Yep. All right, Heat Nation. It's a 24-hour rule. Get your minds right or get out of my face. For all of you who see me boots on the ground tomorrow, Goosey's galore. Task at
Positive
hand.
stuff.
Finish the job tomorrow. We'll talk to you guys on Tuesday. Can I ask you something?
You were looking out into the world and seeing a bunch of yous, and you getting irritated.
I think it's a little bit much with this Mike McDaniel at every Heat game.
Wait. This is, you know what this is? This is equivalent to me going, oh no, Loretta Lynn died. This is like, you just went, we having a heated conversation saying, you know what? It's too much, Mike McDaniel. You're the one taking pictures of Mike McDaniel every home game.
Yeah.
And yet now you're saying it's a bit too much.
It's OTAs.
Can you please? They don't do OTAs at night.
Shouldn't you be watching film?
No. Nobody
All
watching
right.
film of guys in tights. So this is, you go to every game and take all these pictures of these stars. Now you complain about the stars being there?
I was just wondering. Like, it feels like it's a busy time of year. Like, I don't feel like
No, it's not.
I don't
They're
know.
done at 2:00.
Are you sure? Like, you should. Like,
Yeah.
I thought coaches eat, drink, and sleep it.
Yeah, he was eating, drinking, and sleeping it. Right? No, not this time of year, dude.
Hold on.
Dude, if you spend that much time in football, you burn out.
Wait a minute. Weren't you going all giddy the fact that Coach
Yes!
Daniel was at the Heat game?
Yes.
Yeah, but it
sharing-
wasn't OTAs.
next to Spo, you know, hoping the Spo magic rubs off on McDaniel, and now
Can I
you're
ask you
taking
a
a shot?
question?
Yeah.
Do coaches go to games during the season?
Do they? I don't think so.
Yes, they do.
Do they?
Oh my God. So, how? Our boy isn't doing so well though.
The Gooch man?
The Gooch just won back-to-back on Live though.
Well, listen, this ain't live.
That's $8 million though.
That's
Might as well be.
That's
I
pretty
got to
good.
tell you, I have scrolled a long way to find the Gooch. Oh boy.
Just make sure we clip that.
Point
please.
for Leroy.
He's at +7 through 14.
Oh man. All right. One more call. Jay, what's going on? Jay in Toronto.
Hey, hi Tobin, hi Vlad. Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming on, buddy.
Yeah. Listen, I'm pissed. Can I say that on radio? Sorry, I'm not happy. Okay, good. I'm not happy, man. Like, I find Jimmy is beat up, man. I find Jimmy is beat up, and you got to be honest. Like, Spo needs to put Jimmy in more of a facilitating role. We can't keep expecting high point production game in, game out from our guy. We need to nurture him.
Nurture him?
It's yes. He's got to work on his assist numbers.
Go tell Jimmy Butler you want to
Yesterday-
nurture him.
I know, exactly. Maybe we need to do that so he explodes. And then Bam plays the point. He's too big to play the point. Bam plays inside. He's too small to play inside. I'm confused, guys.
All right. I'm sorry you're confused, Jay.
I love his accent, man.
I do too, man. He's very flustered. He's had a hard night. He's been thinking about this all night.
All the way from the T-dot.
Listen to